the Intelligent Idea Topic Podcast.
Hey guys, and 1, 2, 3. Doing like Joe Rogan out here. This is actually the second introduction we had, folks. Sorry about that, due to some technical issues. But
yeah, take two.
Thanks for joining us. It's the Intelligent Idea Talkers for the week of January 24th, 2026. Like we said before, Snowmageddon on the eve. Thanks for joining us. I'm your host, D.
This is Juice.
And we're on the eve of Snowmageddon, man. Every time I look, I just turned on YouTube. Every time I look up, there's winter storm update Saturday, winter storm. You never let a good emergency go to waste, I guess, what the thing is, you know. Like, they were like, the top news story is the snowstorm. That's the top news story in the country, you know? I mean, that's just the weather, you know what I mean?
I guess it depends on how bad it's going to get. But
yeah, you're right. Like, I mean, obviously there's people dying and all that stuff, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Like, you remember like the old Jones back in like
news.
2011, man, where like cats was like stuck on the, was it 2011? It was something like, it was like,
I think it might have been a few years. Yeah, I don't
2010.
know. There was,
but like, remember cats was like
snow.
stuck on the road. Like, it might have been 2009.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like, yeah, people were like stuck on the freeway. Like, there was like, it was something like that. Anyway. Yeah, like people were like stranded, like they had to abandon their cars. Like it was just like,
yeah,
it was game over. It was that was an actual Snowmageddon. Like it was
I've
like
definitely had to drive home through the snow, but never, thank goodness, in a situation where I had to abandon my car. You know,
yeah.
They always tell you like make sure you carry extra water and blankets and flashlights and like a little emergency pack in there and like you know crackers and shit that you can. I ain't got none of that shit in there, bro. Like I might have an extra jacket in the trunk. You know what I mean? But, yeah, like an extra fuel can and all.
Like
that.
If I got a water case in there, it's only because I didn't feel like bringing it in when I went to the grocery store.
I was like, man, I get that on the next run, man.
Yeah, that's a temporary situation.
Yeah, man. But other than that, shit, I'm ill prepared for any kind of Snowmageddon or any kind of, except for this weekend. Like I said, the hatches are all battened. Okay. You know, batten the hatches. The hatches are battened. We got food, water. All right. So we really don't. I bought a big we had food in there, but today I was at the store this morning. I bought a big ass lasagna. I was like, you know what, tomorrow, man, we throw that in the oven. That'll be enough for us to eat throughout the day. You know what I'm saying? Like we said before, hopefully just the power don't go out. Because then we stuck. You know.
Oh, you ever think about like what to do? Because I have like thoughts of like, all right, can I start a fire in this? Like I'll be wondering, like, all right, like if the power goes out, like, and we're freezing, like, can I like open the back door or build a fire next to it and like
I watch a lot of
everybody gather around, like
I watch a lot of bushcraft videos.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
pretty
Like,
sure
what's
I
it
could probably
take?
whip something up, but maybe starting the fire might be a little bit more
kind of like hollow out like a
steel.
Yeah.
Like could I actually start a fire?
Like kind of like dig a hole.
I went camping a long time ago at my grandma's house in North Carolina, man. But other than that, man, shit, I'm used to staying places where I can plug shit in. You know,
exactly. Same here, man.
We're
I have no survival skills whatsoever.
We're so first world as if it feels like it's not to brag, but it's like, man, we're so dependent on the system, bro. Like we don't know what to do without money. We don't know how to produce food, right? Like if the electricity goes out, we're fucked, you know? Like, and there are positives to that as well, obviously, right? But like how many of us know how to survive in a emergency situation without infrastructure? You know what I mean? Like, you know,
like I'm hoping, like at best, like we're all hoping that like that random survival video we saw on YouTube or TikTok from like 20 years ago just like pops up. We were like, okay, how do I build a house out of a branch and some and some leaves and some needles, and some pine needles and shit.
Down the stick. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, how do I make that fire starter with the bow and the string? We just like,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure I could do that if it came down to it, right?
Yo, I've seen enough videos. I'm pretty sure I can get some kindling together and start a fire.
You know what I'm
I'm pretty sure I could.
Like,
I'm
how
gonna
about
try
an igloo? Like, I was
Right.
like, yo, I seen some nigga built an igloo. He built like an oven igloo. And I was like, I'm sure I can make an oven out of snow. I could do that shit, right?
Bruh, I hate going outside to rake the grass, bruh. And I live in a townhouse. Like, I hate going to rake the grass, let alone having to build an igloo to survive and shit. Like, damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Bruh, yeah, but it's
like ain't hunting shit.
It's the luxuries of the modern world, but it's also like the horrors, because if this shit ever goes down, we're just fucked. If there's one little stone in the road, it could just derail the whole thing. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know what to do. You know, like we people about to be snowed in here for a couple of days. It was lines at the gas station. All the bread was gone, and you know, I don't think they're saying.
See them bought up all the toilet paper.
It's not supposed to like. So the snow is an issue, but also the refreezing of everything, right? So once the temperature is not supposed to rise. So once the sleet and the ice fall on top of the snow, then that shit is just going to stay there. You know, so that's also part of the equation. But it's not like you're going to be in your house for probably at the max, maybe Sunday, maybe Monday. I'm sure by Monday, when the snow actually goes away and there's not any like adverse weather, people are going to start getting out and about.
Unless we get another wave.
Yeah, but I hope not. I'm over the snow, man. I can't do the snow.
Wood,
I'm 40. Yeah. I'm almost 42 years old, bro. I can't be doing snow no more. Am I 42? Be forgetting my age sometimes. I'm about to be 42. So I can't do the snow anymore, man. So I'm over it. You know?
Yeah.
Were we laughing? Was that the precast? We were laughing about the kids getting sick. Yeah, I literally watched my son get sick one time. Bro. Yeah, it was, I think so. I slowly watched him progress into a cold. You know what I mean? So his nose turned red. His nose started running. They was sniffling. We got back in the house. It was over.
He started coughing. Yep.
Yeah. Just sniffled all up. I was like, damn, bro, you wanted to go out there. You know, but it's fun. You gotta take the kids outside when it snows. That's a rite of passage, you know. Yeah,
yes,
like
100%, man. Like like I said before, like your kid's a teen now, man. He could take it or leave it, but like I got two little ones, man. Like ain't no options, man. As soon as they see it, they're like, hey, so what time are we going now?
Right, like 100%, we're going in that, right?
Yeah, and I got
1,000%.
Because I would love to just sit on the couch with some hot chocolate.
How long do they usually be out there?
Like, maybe we might get like an hour. I could probably get an hour out of them and then be done. And hopefully, and real talk, like these are modern children, so like we don't have to do it every day. If I get if they get like an hour, like tomorrow or like whenever the snow comes down, probably good for like a couple days.
Yep. So
they probably don't want to go back out
wet
there.
And cold, they'd be like, nah, I'm over this shit, man.
Yeah, that was fun. All right, let's go home.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'm counting on. You know what I'm saying? Even though I remember when I was younger, it may be when I was older, but like I remember going out multiple times. But like I think that was when I was older. I was just like running around, you know. But like when my son's like 6, daughter's like 2.5, 2 3/4. Like they get one good time. Actually, Akila might even touch the snow. We'll see how she reacts. Last time it snowed, you know, she was way smaller. She was like, no, not even. So
right,
yeah.
You touch that joint with a finger? Nope. Nah, I ain't going out there. Close the door.
That's cold. It's cold as shit.
Right.
So what is that?
Yeah, you got to. Like the fascination with like, oh shit, that shit wasn't here yesterday. Like, hold on, dog, we going out in this, right?
Yeah.
But now as an adult, I'm looking at like, I gotta drive in this, I gotta commute in this, I gotta clear this stuff up. I gotta knock down icicles. This is big ass icicle. So on the gutter, I'm pretty sure it's probably blocked up there, which we probably should get a guy to
clean up the gutter.
Excuse me. Yeah, unclog it. But it's big ass icicles that form. So I'm looking at this joint like, top, one of them shits fall. That's where my mindset is. Like, if one of them shits fall, it's gonna fuck somebody up. Like, so we reach
Final Destination shit,
trying to knock down the icicles and whatnot, man. So that's what I'm worried about now. Like,
not trying to impale nobody.
Yeah, man. Like it was fun when you were younger. You didn't have to worry about spreading salt and shit. But now I'm like, man, I'm over this shit.
Have you heard this? Oh, so about spreading salt. Have you heard this before? Like, if you put salt before it snows, then it could like mess up the concrete or like break the concrete. Have you heard that before?
No, but it makes sense. I mean, what the fuck is in this salt? We're spreading tons and millions of tons of salt. What the hell is this? The salt don't just go nowhere. The shit washes into the water and fucking goes into, you know what I mean? Goes into the river. Like, what the hell is the environmental impact of us spreading all this goddamn salt and chemicals and shit? You know what I mean?
I mean, salt is salt though. Like, I mean, I guess no salt is like not table salt, but it's like still basically the formula of like, I forgot what the chemical component of salt was, but it's like sodium and something. But
I don't know.
Yeah, it's just basically salt.
It's always a question like, what the hell's the environmental impact of spreading all this shit? You know, they like treat the roadways and they spray them with the brine. What's the fucking, what do they call it? Brine on the news? The fuck is in that brine, man? I'm sure it ain't pickle brine. Right. So it's a question.
You spraying pickle juice on the streets and shit?
Right. Goddamn pickle juice, man. But yeah, you know, so we're good, man. We're good here in Northern Virginia. I think they said, I guess just to end with the snow, they said 21 states are impacted by this. Is that right?
Huh?
21 states are impacted by this. Is that right? 18 states, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So like it's a massive storm. So I can see it being the number one story in the country, but like I'm sure there's more pressing business, right? So like, isn't Trump trying to hostile takeover of Greenland? What's that all about? You know,
Trump trying to hostile takeover of Minneapolis.
Sometimes I don't know what
Speaking of which,
with the news media, because you don't know what narrative they're driving, or like if they're just trying to get clicks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like when Trump is involved, it's usually like they're reacting with like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
I feel like, I mean, you know, everybody's. Yeah. I feel like everybody's kind of just like reacting with Trump and their crazy shit. Like, just like, the fuck is he talking about now? The guys, they're like, here's what this nigga said.
They're used to his antics.
We don't know if he means it. Does he mean it? I don't know. Nobody knows. That's kind of like the gist of I've gotten after like 2025, 2026. Like, even when he was like running, when he was president the first go round, he would say some crazy shit all the time. And they'd be kind of like laughing at him. They'd be like he don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but he'll figure something out, you know. But now I feel like half the time they're like either they're not sure if he means what he's saying, and then they're surprised when he does mean what he said.
Yeah.
And me, I think he means everything he says. I don't think Trump lies. Like I feel like, or like I don't think Trump lies in the way like I think he believes the things he says. So when he says crazy shit, he actually thinks it. Now, if it's unfactual, that's a different story. But I don't think he lies.
Yeah.
I think he's like, this nigga says what he believes is true all the time. So like when he's like, yeah, we need Greenland, he's like, this nigga, he really is like, if we don't get Greenland as like state 51, like we're all gonna die. I think that's what he thinks.
Like,
which is crazy shit.
Which I can get Greenland being mineral rich and like resource rich, but like what my question is always like, what is in it for Trump, right? Like, because I don't know all the ins and outs of this thing, right? Just know what I hear on the news. But like, so the leader of Greenland said that he welcomes the U.S. military, right? The U.S. military presence there, right? You can send all the ships you want. So like, are they looking for protection of some kind? Or are they saying like Greenland is up for sale or takeover? Like, why are the other militaries coming there to kind of block or interfere with what Trump wants to do? So they want their own stake in those resources? Is like
Trump or the Greenland?
Or any other country. Didn't France send troops, or who else sent troops there?
Here's the thing, like I don't know about the resources in Greenland. Like we're assuming,
I
like
would
that's
imagine there's a lot there, though, because I mean, right, you're near the pole. There has to be a lot of oil, probably gold, right? Like just untapped veins of stuff. I could imagine, right? Like it's Greenland. But I don't know. I'm like, what's the significance of Greenland? That shit been around forever. So what? Why does why care now? What is in it for everybody else now? Doc CKM. U.S. already has a military base. It is part of a part of NATO. Greenland is part of Denmark. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like we have a base there, and like them saying like, hey, it's fine for you guys to have a base here. Doesn't mean like, hey, we also need you to take over. Like that's not the same thing.
We need your protection, right? Like what is?
No. Like they're like, you're cool to have a base here. We could use your protection, but that doesn't mean we want you to run things.
Right.
That's not what that means, right? That's just like, yeah, you could kick it here. Like I'm sure Russia's a fucking concern, like everywhere else in Europe. Like, but like Russia's a goddamn concern for them. So they're like, yeah, this was another fucking Ukraine situation. So yeah, we want the U.S. being here will kind of provide us some protection. Yeah, you need allies, right? So yeah, team up. But like then Trump's like, you know what?
I want some of that shit.
I wanna own this shit. This is mine now.
He's not the only one though. See, we put it on Trump, but he's not the only one.
He's the only one that matters, though, right?
Yes and no. There's a lot of behind the scenes machinery that moves that there's a whole,
like, what was the last president that talked about wanting Greenland?
Doc CKM, Greenland possesses vast, largely untapped natural resources used for technology, right?
Okay.
Gold, it's all in your phone. What do they call the shit that comes out of a lot of it's in Africa that you can't make batteries for cell phones? What's this stuff called? Trican, some kind of metal.
Bromine, I don't know.
Yeah, some kind of metal that I think it's only, and so that type of shit, man. Just industrialization and expansion, Hey, we're cool. So Greenland's like, hey, we're cool. Y'all can put a base here because we could use y'all on our side, but this is still us. Don't worry about it. U.S. is like, all right, well, if we're gonna set up a base there, I want to go tap this vein over here. Then Greenland's like, yo, hold on, bro. Like, why would I let you tap it if I could get them to, you know what I mean? So it's like all this bidding war. We just hear about the shit on the news, but do people live in Greenland? Are there cities in Greenland?
Yes.
Yes,
absolutely.
Yes. Obviously, right? There's towns and everything. I'm talking about like major metropolises.
Mm-hmm.
Are there?
Yeah, they can live in Greenland, man. Motherfuckers would be living all up in fucking the country and shit. They can live in the country and shit. Because it's all over the country.
Entire continent and shit, Doc CKM, NATO countries are committed to protecting each other through a system of collective defense established by the 1949 North Atlantic Treaty. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So the shit like World War II don't goddamn happen again, right? So
it's like our own JP. Like
that's why France, Germany, and other countries are sending troops there. Doc CKM, yeah, right.
Yeah,
so it's all crazy, man. Like it's all this like world political stage posturing. Well, I'm there, you're here, we're there, and it seems silly. It seems like kind of talk showish, but all that shit matters. Like it matters on the grand stage. This is how power moves through the system. Like this is how the system works, man. So can we blame Trump or do we blame the system because he's just acting within the parameters of the system? I feel like if Obama made any of these moves, it would have been a little more quiet in the news media, right? Like I feel like if Obama had made a move to like,
do you think Obama would like announce it at a press conference? It was trying to keep it a secret
too, yeah. Because
this is fucking Trump was like, hey, we want Greenland now. They was like, what the fuck? I thought we were talking about we were talking about something else. Like, what happened? We were talking about Renee Goodman. What?
Greenland.
Yeah.
What's that about? Greenland?
We were talking about Venezuela. What?
Yeah, I forgot all about Venezuela. Shit.
Yeah, are we done with Venezuela now? That was Greenland. Like, so what about Venezuela?
Hey, niggas on that joke like, yo, hold on. I thought we was back over here. Shit. Yeah, nigga did pull he pulled an okey doke on us, bro. Damn, I forgot all about Venezuela. Shit.
So we own Venezuela now. No, we don't, nigga.
Right.
But we about to own Greenland. What?
Yeah, so you just wonder what's going on. But they can't. I'm always a firm believer that the real the real power, they can't let the people actually rule and make decisions because we can never agree on anything as a people, not black or white or anything like that, but just as people, we can't agree. You know what I mean? Like
that's what a democracy. Wait, what? What do you mean? Hold on.
It's foundationally within us to
why
have
do you
different
think
sects and not to
every
band together for the collective of the species?
Nobody ever agrees on everything.
Everybody has their own self-interest.
There's no, but that's not the same as attacking Greenland. But like that's like no community is no what do you call civilization ever everybody agreed on one thing. Yeah.
Well, right.
So like everybody's always got their own personal self-interest. The thing is like people's self-interest. I think that the question is like, why are some people's the minority self-interest more important than the self-interest of everybody else? Like, whose self-interest is it to go to Venezuela, right? Like, that's not your and I self-interest, right? That's not in our neighbors or our friends or anybody we know, anybody we go to school or church or work with. It's not their self-interest. So, but it's in somebody's self-interest. So, like, why do we think that self-interest of that individual who's got an interest in oil is more important? Because he got more money?
It's hard to pinpoint it down to one group, but you're right. It is the minority.
No, the group is like the minority group is the billionaires, the only minority that actually fucking shit up.
And the thing too is a lot of this political posturing. Yes, it's in the news on WTOP. France is sending troops, Germany and America setting up bases, but a lot of it is just industrialization. It's business. You know what I mean? It goes back to corporations, gas companies, BP.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like this shit is big business, billions of dollars in tech.
Yes.
You know what
every one of these entities is its own billionaire.
Its own separate entity. Like it's just that's what it boils down to. And like there's just a marriage between the way the government is ran and Wall Street, the business of everything. You know what I mean? The exchange, the stock exchange, man. Like everything is just ran by how much money can you make, and
that's a problem, right?
Who controls the resources? If you control the resources, you can tell somebody what to do, or we're gonna cut you off, and all this shit. So, yeah,
that's a bad thing, right?
Obviously, but it's a bad thing, but that's the way the world has been, which doesn't make it right. We all want a utopia where everybody like is fair.
Yeah, just because it's been this way doesn't mean it's like the ideal way, and maybe it hasn't always been that way, right? I don't think it's always been that way.
Doc CKM is definitely the plug for the information. The Greenland situation is like the EU deciding that it needs Puerto Rico because of the strategic location, the Caribbean Sea, and them not caring that it belongs to the US.
True.
Right. It's like, let me get close to your black ass so I can set up a base and I can have some kind of ears in your, and then you wonder why all like this border patrol kind of thing is going on now, who we let into the country, and espionage is so big,
That's not the concern with border control.
Well, I mean,
the people who do the spying,
you let people into the country, you don't think it's a concern
people who do this.
You don't think it's a concern that you have open borders and just let whoever into anybody who could be reported?
Maybe if we leave documents, maybe if we leave top secret documents lying around where any like distressed immigrant can find it.
You can go take pictures of infrastructure and map out.
It's on Google. Like everything is on Google.
You can't see everything there. You know what I mean?
You can find most things on Google. You can find You can find the black sites in Alexandria and DC on Google.
Networking is big. All right. So if they had, I'd be curious to see if all of the 9/11 hijackers were here legally or illegally. I know a lot of them were here legally because they had licenses, right?
Yeah.
But like, I don't know.
They were rich. They had money that came from Saudi Arabia, right? Like one of America's like biggest Middle Eastern allies, one of our biggest oil collaborators. Yeah. Those guys were not. They didn't sneak across the border.
I don't know. I like to question everything because they're
Mhm.
not being straight up with us, and we know this for a fact throughout history that governments typically lie. Right now, whether it's for the greater good or whatever, or just for personal self-interest and gain, we know that they do not tell the truth en masse, or they tell part of the truth. You know, and yeah, it just makes you question everything, man. Like, okay, we were in, like you said, man, we were in Venezuela 2 weeks ago. Didn't we snatch up the president of Venezuela? And you know,
Throw him in
now
jail
that's
in New
Russia
York.
under.
Yeah,
Now we're back. We're up to Greenland. So what the fuck is going on? You know, what the hell is happening? DoxyCam, the U.S. doesn't have an open border. It is one of the hardest countries to get to and get citizenship. Took me 9 years, and it was only because I was married an American. Oh, juice, man. Do black people take pride in being called American, black Americans? Is that a
do
thing?
you?
Yes, but it's weird. It comes with like an asterisk. It's like,
It's
okay,
asterisk.
America hated me. Yes, I'm American. Foundational American. I agree with Tariq Nasheed on that because we were here from the conception of the United States. We're foundational black Americans, right? We're not African Americans, right? Like, and a person who came here from Africa and got a citizenship would be an African American, right?
I'm fine
So
with African American. Like I'm of African descent, and
true.
I'm an American.
Yeah, I don't know, because I work with a lot of Africans, and they said, man, a lot of my family, they're trying to get here, they're trying to come here, and I'm like,
So
I think for a lot of black people, it's like I think everybody has thought like, damn, what would happen if there was no slave trade, and would I still exist in Africa? You know what I mean? Would I still be like, you have a connection to your native language and your native customs? You know what I
so
mean?
you're one of those.
What's the one of those mean? What is one of those? One of those, like, no, it's a real question though.
What's it?
You
What's it?
have
ADOS? ADOS is the African descendants of enslaved Africans, or
right, but you have a direct connection to your
American
lineage,
descendants
your
of
customs,
slaves. African
your
descendants of slaves.
traditions,
Something
your
like that.
language. You know what I mean? Like, our language is not English. You know what I
Our
mean, Juice?
language
Right?
is
Like,
English.
it is English, but then it's not. It's not supposed to be.
That's all we know.
It's all we know. So shit.
But like
I
that's the
mean
thing.
that.
Like we like that's the thing, right? Like I don't give a fuck if some race bigots or like some a-hole conservatives don't like that I'm black, nigga. I'm American. Like I'm an American. Like I don't give a
100%.
shit if niggas don't like me. Like I'm proud to be an American when my country does right. Right? That's the only thing that matters. When my country fucks up and does crazy shit like invade Venezuela or threaten Greenland or some dumb shit or like fucking wars in the Middle East and support fucking Israel and their genocide, like yeah, I got problems with that. That's when I'm not proud to be an American. That's when I'm like, yeah, that's just fucking this is crazy shit. But when my country does like good things, which are few and far between at this point, when they do, whenever that does happen, like we did help uh with well, Doe's dismantled it, but we did help with USAID across the world, right?
Mm.
When that was happening before the Nazi undid it, I was proud that we were like
Hey,
part of that
stop,
shit.
man.
What? I'm just saying, like it is what it is, right?
Why is
Like,
this de facto nickname for you a Nazi, bro? Stop, man.
who am I talking about?
Address him as Mr. Trump, man.
I'm not talking
You
about
say,
Trump.
oh, okay, I'm sorry. Oh,
Who
you
was I
talking
talking about?
about Elon?
Okay, yeah. So
There's
we on
only
the
one or
same
two
page, my
guys.
nigga.
You only
Like we
call
on
one
the
or two
same
guys
page, dude.
Nazis, man. I ain't never heard you refer to Jeff Bezos as a Nazi. You know what I mean?
He ain't doing Nazi salute, and as far as I'm aware, he hasn't done
Them
any
shits was
outright like
that shit was a Nazi salute,
Nazi
bro.
apologia or support. But
Yeah,
like
it
Trump
definitely was a
always does
Nazi
Nazi
salute.
apologia, fascist apologia shit. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what they do. Like I just call them by what their actions are. But like anyway, what I'm saying is that like it depends on what the country does. Whether I'm proud to be an American, but regardless, I am an American. Like
Yeah.
that's just factual. Like
But see, that's the crazy thing with American is like that's just a citizenship. So anybody can be American as long as you get your citizenship, right? So like, because we don't say
agreed.
like if You know,
that's absolutely cool.
I don't know.
That's great.
Yeah.
No, like I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I think we should have more Americans, right? That are not just white.
Or American, man.
That are not just white, right? Like immigration, like people always like this whole fucking ICE bullshit. Like they're trying to remove all immigrants. Essentially, that's what they're doing because they're not just going after criminals. That's like 100%. So like, yeah, they're just like they're attacking and removing all brown people, which is their target. Like, I think there should be more brown people coming here to become American citizens. Like, good. Like that helps us, right?
Hey,
because a lot of countries, their population is going down in a lot of countries, man. We'll always have workers. We'll always have people, supporters. We'll always have the highest piece of education as long as we have like a good educational system. And you need people for that. And not just in the rednecks, right?
True. But they're also a little afraid of their, kind of pure population decreasing, right?
So that's a them problem, ain't it?
Yeah, but you can understand, like, if they said, like, from a black person's perspective, if they said, oh, well, there's not enough black babies being born, a black American might fucking disappear by the year 3000. You'd be scared as shit. You're like, what? No, we need to get.
Why would I be scared?
Well, see, you wouldn't be, because that can't happen. You can't have like a non-brown population, right? There will be black people, right? Because
why do you think that?
Because two white people can't get together and make a brown person, but two brown people can get together and make a lighter toned person, right? You know what I mean? So
have you ever seen a white person who has a black
blood and the breed? As long as the blood and everything keeps mixing.
You ever seen a white person with a black parent?
Adopted?
No. Biological?
No, I never have.
I have. I've a number of times. You know what's crazy about that point? The point I'm making is that like mixed blood, like whether it's like the idea that like the black gene, like the brown, whatever makes it, our melanated genes are like somehow dominant, that we will erase whiteness if we are interbreed. It's bullshit, yo.
I don't think it's bullshit,
that is bullshit, yo.
I don't think so. Because brown people encompasses a whole spectrum of people, not just Africans, right? Like South Americans, Mexicans, Australians, right? Brown color. You know
and white people only encompasses one?
White people only encompasses one. Yes, there's a certain
What is that?
There's a certain part when you get to where you're no longer white. You're not white as far as color goes. You might be German and Dutch, right? But like the whitening of the skin, the darker the shade of skin, the less white the person is, right? Traditional white head, blue-eyed. When I say white, we're always talking about speaking of Nazis, the Nazis, blue-eyed, blonde hair. Now, not to stereotype anybody who's blue-eyed, blonde hair, but like, what I'm talking about, like they're
not blonde. Yeah, that doesn't make you a Nazi.
So I mean, there's more brown people in the world, right? So I could get them being scared about the population decrease, bro.
The point I'm making is that I don't think that's true.
Ain't gonna be none of us, but ain't gonna be nobody.
The point I'm making is that it's not true. I think that's a fallacy, bro. Like I think that like if you have there's black people who pass for white.
I know black people.
It's been a thing throughout.
I know black people who are mixed. They look black, but they act white as hell. I do know.
No. I'm talking about black people who pass for white, like color wise, like skin color wise. These are all constructs, right? Like whiteness, we know it's a fake construct. It's made up. Black, made up, right? Brown, made up. Like we're just humans. We all have the same. We're all biological. Like we all have the same DNA structure, essentially, right? So if you have let's go 3 generations, right? You have a black parent, right? Two black parents, they create a brown child. You have a white parent, that brown child marries or reproduces with a white person, right?
Mhm.
Their child will be lighter, right?
Lighter, but not white.
Lighter, right?
Lighter.
So say that lighter child again reproduces with another white person. That child will be
So
even
you're trying to say
lighter.
to keep straight now, say that child reproduces with a person who's half black and white, and it'll be
Yeah.
reintroduced back to the color. You know what I mean? So
No. All I'm saying, and again, that's an assumption, right? Because I'm not saying like
the
what
whole
I'm
thing
saying
is
is that what I'm saying is the whole thing is like a construct that says they think that having any brown genes, any melanated genes,
yeah.
wipes out white characteristics.
Mm-hmm.
Recessive genes will come up no matter what. That's why you have black people with dark skin and blue eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Like just because it's a recessive gene doesn't mean it's erased.
All right.
Did I just get kicked out?
No, you good. It's low.
We good? My back. All right, sorry. But yeah, all I'm saying is that like that's I think I don't know the history on that, but I think that's like some like white supremacist propaganda that we just been told is true.
Maybe the population decrease is more of a concern here in like, American society. Do they worry about that in
Japan,
Greenland
yes.
or in Norway?
China, yes. Norway, China, yes.
Do they?
Well, I don't. Maybe not China because I know China got a huge population, but Japan population, a birth rate low. Europe birth rate low. Like various countries across the world, birth rate dipping. It's a thing that's happening throughout the world. Like even in America, our birth rate is lower.
I mean, how much of that has to do also with the just basic economics, right? Like the expenses of raising multiple large families of children. You know what I'm saying? So
it's a number of things.
Nowadays, instead of having 5, you might have 2 and be satisfied, right? Like so.
Yeah, I mean, at least in America, I know. But I don't know. Like, I think every country's got its own thing. I think every country's got its own thing. Like some of it's social, right? Some of it's social where like, in Korea, the birth rates are dipping, and some of their issues are just fucking women don't want to be dealing with these guys because they're such traditional men are not attractive in these days. So when you have a bigoted guy, it's not always you'll get some who are interested, but a lot of people want to be treated like equals. And if you're just like no,
especially when the wider world has been opened up by the internet, and you see, whoa, this other woman in this other country can do this and not be oppressed or and we should be treated as equals. Why would you not want to? I
think everybody does.
And plus, just birth rates in general, it's hard having kids for women. I wouldn't blame anyone. If you get the one kid and you're like, I'm done, that's it. I feel you, man, because that's a lot to put your body through, man. Men can never understand, like having my son was one of the miracles I witnessed in my life, but I could not have put my body through that shit, bro. Like, that's just, I mean, talk about like the chest burster. You ever seen the movie Aliens? Anybody in the audience seen the movie Aliens? You know what I mean? With a chest burster.
Yeah, that's like our favorite thing.
Similar to what it kind of is, you know what I mean? So it's a little fucking scary, but I can see birth rates dipping because it's expensive economics, and then just women probably don't want to put their bodies through it.
Great replacement theory started in right-wing European circles. Yeah,
great replacement theory. Yeah, they got scared. They said, well, shit, if we keep blending with all these mugs, pretty soon ain't gonna be none of us pure bloods left. You know what I mean?
That's some racist ass bullshit, ain't it?
And speaking of ICE,
because we're all human.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we're all part of human, but we've warred amongst each other. Africans have warred amongst Africans, Europeans amongst Europeans, Asians amongst Asians. Like that's just there's something in the human. We're all human, like you said, but there's something in us that just makes us hate each other and just want to kill each other. Like I don't know what it for some reason. Obviously,
I think it's uses resources. I don't think.
Well, just you're right. Yeah, a lot of it probably does have to do with resources, but just
it's like,
something that makes us
I
just
think
hate
it's a
each other,
special kind of crazy shit. I think it's a special kind of like people who like, I want to kill people because they look different than me. I think that's a
Maybe
very
but
particular kind of crazy.
the same things occur within the animal kingdom though, and those are about as pure of an organism as you can get, right? Like monkeys kill monkeys of the same species, right? You know,
But
like
why though? It's
right.
not because they look different.
Maybe there's some kind of flaw within any kind of living organism that just you attack what looks like you know. I don't know.
Mhm. I
Right?
think that maybe because like also remember that like some animals survive by looking like other animals. So like some animals like literally thrive because they look like another animal that they think will associate with it. Like that happens all the time in the natural kingdom. So like by that way, like that's just the other side of that coin where it's just like because you look different, I want to attack you, you know. But if you look the same, then I want to stay with you or I want to help you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like,
Yeah, I mean it. Shit. But speaking of ice,
man, I think I'm getting kicked out. Like, I feel
oh
like
no,
I'm
you good.
losing my signal or something.
Just a little
But like,
pause. It is the internet. It's a
but
fickle
like,
thing,
I'll
man.
just say, but at the same time, it's just like when it comes to like the animal kingdom, right? Like at least, and I'm just trying to remember what I read in like Sex at Dawn. Sex at Dawn is a book that's like I think I told you about a long time ago, but
Mm-hmm.
it's one of like it's a book about kind of like the anthropology of like humanity and like and sexual interactions and and mating ritual and all this stuff, right? And it compares the animal kingdom and reflections on like how humans do it across cultures. Anyway, he's a huge section on like how on how like animal species like how they run their societies, how they like talk not talk but like how they communicate. And a lot of it is just like a lot of some societies are matriarchal, some are male dominated, some are dominated by strength, others dominated by pleasure, right? Anyway, I don't know, I forgot where I was going with this actually.
No, it's cool. I got you. I know what you're saying. It's just it's something to contemplate. I like contemplating shit. It's like, yo, where did we come from? What are the original origins of this shit? How did society turn out so damn patriarchal in the first place? Like, why aren't women the kind of the more dominant maybe I guess that's like the European influence of being American. That was very patriarchal, right?
Mhm.
Were Asian cultures very patriarchal back in the day?
Yeah. I
don't know.
think a lot of human cultures are typically very patriarchal, like male dominated. There are some that have like strong like matriarchal influences, but I think for the most part, and I could be wrong, but
And
I
it
feel
could
like
be
for the
countries.
most part, they're male dominated because men are more physical and willing to be physical in a way where like women often aren't. And that doesn't mean women don't have influence. Like in every patriarchal society, men have women or a woman has always had strong influence. Is my understanding of how history of like history, but like it is
It
my
might stem
guess
from
is
like
that like women, you're like if you're with a woman, you're making decisions,
to make her happy.
but y'all making decisions. Like you
Oh
have a
yeah,
decision to make, but y'all making decisions, right?
you're right.
It's like it's like
Like
yeah,
you
like
wouldn't make a decision if you knew it was going to upset her. So
yeah,
you would see if she's, you know what I mean? So that's just
yeah. It's always like that
like the
kind of give
old
and
quote
take.
that behind every great man there's a great woman, right?
Yeah,
But
100%. Like
uh,
I think that's how it works. Like
a lot of times it might also be religiously stemmed too, right? Because anytime you have a religious system where the man is the only, because like a lot of African cultures had female deities, Greek
mhm,
cultures had female deities, and then you get to like,
right
you
along
know,
with the male, right? They're always mixed
right,
together.
and they were just as powerful as the men. I mean,
Hmm.
so
They had their own realms of control.
and when you get to like Christian or it's always like that triumvirate: the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost. The woman kind of got excommunicated from that sequence.
Mary got removed from that.
Maybe it's I don't know.
Or Mary was
replaced. A lot of the influence of it too.
Mm-hmm.
You want to jump to the ice? The ice in Minnesota, man. That was disgusting. That was a disgusting video. That was terrible.
Yeah. So, like, quick breakdown. If you're watching the news at all, then you may have heard that, like, today, this is the second
was this today?
Protester. This was today. Oh, was it today? Yeah, I think it was today. Yeah, it happened today. That second protester was a second protester, an American protester, was essentially killed by an ICE agent, or this one looked like it was a group of ICE agents.
It looked like
we had the original situation that happened at the beginning of the year was Renee Good, when she was killed pretty much by an ICE agent for essentially trying to drive away, and he shot into her car as she was trying to drive around him. And then today, I have his name, Alex. I think his name was Alex Peretti.
Which is very bold, by the way. I don't know why a lot of people are so bold with people with badges and guns. And I get that everyone has rights, but a lot of
your rights are violated. But like Alex Peretti was shot today by a group of ICE agents, and what it looked like from the video is that he was defending a woman who they were like pepper spraying and had on the ground, and he like put himself between her and them. I don't know if you saw the same thing I saw, D, but that's kind of what it looked like to me. Is like it looked like he was putting himself between her, and he was videotaping, and he saw them attacking her, and then they also end up attacking him. And then I think, and what it looked like is that a gun went off, and then they panicked and they all started shooting him.
I'm about to say a gun went off. I heard multiple shots.
Yeah, like because it started with one, like it was like a crack, and it was after that there was like it was like a second. It was like crack.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I heard at least. So yeah, like so again, the Department of Homeland Defense has fucking murdered another American citizen.
Crazy. I guess it even goes back to the whole like kind of George Floyd thing, where like this battle with people in authority who have guns and badges, man. Like, listen, your best move is to just
let them trample you.
Don't amp the
trample
situation.
Your rights.
That's fine, but they have guns, so now your rights are trampled and you're dead. You know what I mean? So like, you have to remain calm, first of all. And I know that's easier for me to say sitting in my warm basement right now and not in Minneapolis being, helping my friend who's being attacked or whatever was happening there. But, just calm down. You can't fight everything, bro. You can't throw hands and resist. And I guess we all would want to, right? That's what you do. You resist the oppressor. No, I'm gonna show you that you can't do this to me. These motherfuckers got guns, bro. Guns kill people.
But like, here's the thing. Like, I hear what you're saying, D.
Clearly,
I hear what you're saying, D. But like, I don't know, man. Like, so what is the alternative then?
I know. Don't make me say it, man. Damn it. The alternative is just to go along with it and be oppressed and shit. I know, shit. All right, but damn it. What's the alternative to that?
Fine. I mean, look, we like to hope that they're not going to start killing everybody, but like, in a way,
it's kind of like the coward in the movie where like they were like, "Why'd you do it?" Well, he was going to kill me if I didn't do it.
It's always the bad. That's like that's the wrong answer, nigga. Yeah, it's always the wrong
man. Shit.
Well, yeah, but just like let's finish the thought. It's like you don't. Yeah, like finish the thought, finish the whole thing. Because like you gotta say the whole sentence.
Come on, I'm not blaming the victim.
Say the whole sentence.
I'm not blaming the victim, but the point is the same with George Floyd. The outcome to a percentage, the outcome was in your control. Okay, that guy who died, the outcome to that situation was in his control. Okay,
Was it? So they should have
calmed down. He could have calmed down and used
He
words.
wasn't the escalator.
He could have calmed down
He
and used
didn't
words
escalate.
instead of trying to dive in between this group of armed men. He tried to dive in between.
Wait, stop. Because like, are we talking about the same video? Because it looked like to me he wasn't the escalator.
Do you have a video to? Well, I mean, if you're not,
let me download it. I got it here. I got a couple of them.
Doxy Cam. Alex was murdered for putting his body in life to protect someone else. He was not a threat. Didn't have.
He wasn't the threat. He had a weapon on him, but he didn't have it on his hand. Like, he wasn't holding the weapon.
All that's true, but he's the one that's dead. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so but like so what? Because like if we have, but like people die all the time, B. Like that's the thing. Like people die all the time. That doesn't mean like that's not worth nothing worth fighting for. Right?
No, I know.
Like there's things that are worth fighting for. So it's like it's kind of like
somebody in the revolution.
I hear you saying it, but like, do we believe that's what? Do we believe that though?
Yeah.
Because like I hear you saying it, but you don't believe it.
But life is not a movie. Life is not a movie. I know it sounds good for the guy to come through and fight the system and everything, but this ain't a movie, man. Like, you know, did this guy have a family? You know what I mean? Did he have kids?
Yeah, I don't know if he has kids, but he definitely has a family. In fact, I got a statement from his family that I want to read.
It's like, man, you got to think about them.
Because like this is a good person, right? Like this
now you're not here for them, you know.
And I don't think, but the way you're saying is that like he
like Juice. Let me ask you a personal question.
Let me show you the video. I got a video right here. Let me show you the video right here. And like, don't let me know personal questions. Let me ask you a personal question real quick though. If you no, stop, because you like to be like no, because you're trying to like. I just want to make the because I'm saying with a hypothetical. That's like a what if, like
it is a hypothetical. It's totally hypothetical.
Okay, fine. Ask the question.
So say you and your family went to the store, right? Say you hop out to run inside 7-Eleven, right? So your wife, your children in the car going inside. You go inside 7-Eleven. You come out. You see some ICE agents. Right, and they look like they're unlawfully attacking a woman.
Yes.
Are you going to jump? Now, I don't know the relationship this guy had to this woman or whoever. What was happening in the situation in Minnesota? Would you jump in the middle of these ICE agents without thinking about your family that's sitting in that car?
I don't think that's what he did, though.
I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. I'm asking you.
I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't.
You would slow down and pause a beat and say, "Hold on, I got my family over here." You know what I mean?
Yes.
Right. That's what most people would do. And that situation is in your control. Now you also have the choice to jump in the middle of those ice agents, right?
But like you're saying like that's what happened here. Like is that what happened here?
I don't know. You're right.
I don't think that's what happened. So it's not really like a comparable analogy because he was there documenting them harassing people. Right? He was there documenting them harassing. And and the woman who they attacked, she was also documenting them.
Yeah.
But they attacked her. So they were both like observers.
I'm just always skeptical of groups of guys with badges and guns, bro. I'm just skeptical.
As you should be.
Let me give
and I feel like I wish the government was too, right?
Don't fuck with me. I won't fuck with y'all.
Share this.
That type
I'm just gonna share my screen here. Let's do this one. Yeah, entire screen is fine. Boom, boom. This one. All right, let's see if this comes up. All right, share. All right, can you see this? What?
Oh yeah.
All right, this is one angle, and this is not. So here they got him. This is where already dragging him down, right?
Yeah. See, I saw the angle from that person in the red right behind. See how they're recording? Yeah, I saw the other side.
So at this point, like they have him down, right? And they're beating him, right? And then this is what they shoot him. So
which seemed totally unnecessary. Like that's
no 100%. Like this guy right, the guy right here is hitting him with a gun, but he's not the one that shot first. The guy who shot first, I think, was
from the other angle. You see a guy unholster his gun, took the gun out of the holster, and shot.
Yeah.
Like, what was the point of that? Why'd you do that?
a display of power. I think
that dude.
All right, this is another
court
angle.
martial taking whatever has to happen.
So this angle here, I got the sound off, but
I mean, it was just crazy.
So this is him right here.
What the hell?
That's the guy right there. He's just filming, right? He's probably yelling profanity. He's probably, making noise. He's probably doing all that stuff. But he's here filming them, right?
Oh, people talk a lot of shit to the police.
Yeah, because they're acting like Nazis.
Whatever. Yeah.
Somebody should tell them that.
The police, not
and
all
so
police
they
Nazis,
are.
but people
see,
talk
this guy
shit to them.
shoves the shit out of her.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
He's like, hey. He's like pepper spraying the shit out of him this entire time. So it's like, where's the escalation? Where is he escalating? Where is he escalating in any of that? Like, that's on them to de-escalate at that point, because he's a civilian. That's all. That's the only point I'm making, right? That's the only point I'm making. It's just to put it on him is like kind of, it's not really reasonable.
Oh no, I'm not putting it on him. He didn't kill himself. You know what I mean? It's on the cop that shot him, because they could have beat him up and let him live. Even if I was one of those agents, I wouldn't want to work with a guy who's so quick to pull his gun anyway and shoot. You know what I mean? If I'm any of those,
unless you're a Nazi,
logically, because you could have misfired and shot me, motherfucker. You know what I mean? I got a family I got to go home to, right? So, like, I'm sure some of those ICE agents, like, just are questioning, like, yo, is this dude really cool to work? What is this guy? Like, the dude was resisting, but we could have taken him down without lethal force, bro. I'm sure we had options. There was pepper spray, right? You know what I mean? Like, I know. Of course, there were other options. And it's not, I'm not blaming the victim. He didn't kill himself.
So just listen. Go back and listen to how many gunshots you hear. Yeah,
it was a lot. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that wasn't that was multiple people shooting.
Damn, dog. Now, was it multiple people or was it the same guy over and over? Are they saying they saw a gun?
Both of those are egregious. That many shots, yo? It was like 10 shots.
Doxy Cam, the most important thing is ICE does not have jurisdiction to arrest or stop U.S. citizens for immigration violations. So then how are they able to get away with this? Because we've seen
the government won't, because the government is backing them. And that's the thing that kind of makes it like Nazi crazy shit. Like, I keep saying Nazi, but this is what it feels like. And like, this is my my main hang up is that, like, there's no interest in like actual justice here, right? This is all about like flexing and power. And like, that's kind of all they're interested in. Fascist government tactics. Like, they are displaying their strength. JD Vance has repeated multiple times, complete and total immunity, which doesn't have any legal ground, any legal standing, but in a way that doesn't matter, because it empowers people who believe that this behavior that they're doing is protected. Mm-hmm. Those guys who shot him feel like they are not going to be in trouble at all. And that's why they did. And that's why they left the scene after the fact. That's why, like, they do these things and they just leave. Like, this doesn't seem like any
get in trouble, right? Like, have we heard about any? Because to me, it seems like
so justice. Justice is not the priority of a fascist government. Justice is not even an interest to them.
And I think that's the perfect way to break down Trump's regime is just fascist government tactics, right? Like, you're right. Like, I mean, even his first term was very fascist. There's a lot of like, do what the fuck I say, I'm gonna beat you in the fucking head. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but yeah, like he had. That's the thing, man. Like, they always talk about, like, we got people in the government who like don't move. They're always there every time. They're always there, even with the new administration. You got these same guys back here, but them motherfuckers kept Trump from doing really crazy shit back then. Mm-hmm. But like, as soon as first thing he did when he came this time was get rid of them.
Yeah.
And then now we're looking at the Supreme Court is just like,
because now
everybody's like, shrugging their hands.
It's my second term, it's my last term. Ain't none of y'all motherfuckers gonna stand in the way this time. I'm sure there's some kind of agenda, something that they want to accomplish. Did Trump ever hold political office?
I think it's white supremacy is what they're trying to accomplish. What?
Maybe he's a fan of the theory that Doxy Cam was talking about earlier, man.
Oh yeah, he talks about it.
So
Trump just talked about it.
So has Trump ever held political office before this? No, right? He was never a governor or any kind of statesman or any Congress, nothing. So like it makes you wonder what the hell does he know about running things from a political standpoint? That'd be like me being president. Well, he was a wealthy entrepreneur before this, so I'm sure that has some kind of, maybe this is more a reflection of the ties of business and politics, right? Like Trump is a perfect amalgamation of both of those things, right? Like, because we can tell he doesn't know what he's doing politically. Like, that's why a lot of his antics are seen politically as just crazy and just fucked up and stupid. But like, he is a businessman, right? So there's a lot of things we can use there, right? So like, who's really running things behind us? Like, are all these tactics strictly on Trump? Like, is JD?
Do you know who Stephen Miller is?
Say what?
Do you know who Stephen Miller is?
Stephen Miller, no.
You don't know who Stephen Miller is?
No, who is Stephen Miller? I might have heard his name.
It's kind of like the main Nazi. Like, so okay. Here,
okay,
I call Trump
United
a
States
Nazi.
Homeland Security advisor. Okay, I got you.
Yeah,
he looks like
so
a
I
Nazi.
call Trump
God
a
damn,
Nazi,
bro.
and I call Trump a Nazi, and I'm kind of being like bombastic, right? I'm like, God is Nazi. I feel like Trump just tells the truth. I think Trump is actually just crazy. But the actual Nazi, like the guy with the Klan hood in his closet, the guy who's probably got a tattoo on his lower back of a swastika, is Stephen Miller.
Look,
that's the actual Nazi. And if you hear him talk, you will hear him recite things from Hitler and Goebbels, and he says, like, he's not really secretive about it, and he's the homeland, he's the immigration guy that's actually directing all these ICE agents. And so when they behave in like fascist tactics, and not even just fascist, when they go after brown people because they're brown, that is at the direct direction of Stephen Miller, because he is the white supremacist Nazi. Like, and I mean that literally. Like, and I call him that the same way I call Elon Musk a Nazi. I call him a Nazi. Literally, those guys are Nazis, not hypothetical, or not hypothetical. I'm not being what's the word? Alliterative or bombastic. I mean it literally, seriously.
Look, I googled Stephen Miller, right?
Popped
up on Wikipedia. This is the description of Steve. First of all, he looks like a Nazi. The description of Stephen Miller from Wikipedia. Stephen Miller, born August 23rd, 1985. Damn, he's younger than us. The fuck, bro? You know?
You look older than us, too.
Is an American political advisor serving as White House Deputy Chief of Staff for Policy and Homeland Security Advisor since 2025. He previously served under the first Trump administration, considered one of the most influential figures of the Trump administration and Trumpism movement. His politics have been described as far-right, anti-immigration, and white nationalist. Well, shit. Yeah, I guess we know who Stephen Miller is now. He looked like a Nazi. Goddamn, he got the ears and shit. Like, if you look up his picture, you're like, well, shit. You do look like you could be some kind of Gestapo or something, you know? But
I'm sorry. I thought we had talked about Stephen Miller before. Like, no, like, the people in Trump's cabinet are like, they're the bad ones. Like I said, Trump, I think when he says things, it's what he's been told. When he says, like, we've gotten like trillions of dollars in tariff money, I think that's what they're telling him. And he's so addled, he's so empty up here. He believes it, and he tells the reporters, when he has a press conference, he says those things. But like, the people like Venezuela's handled by Marco Rubio. Like, Marco Rubio has his own like qualms and vendetta against those countries like Venezuela and Cuba. He's got his own personal vendetta. So when they do things like that, That's not Trump. Actually, Trump is just a figurehead. Like,
unfortunately, I think
it's
that's
these
most
guys in his
presidents
cabinet.
of the United States. Like there is always an
No, I
entrenched
agree.
bureaucracy, and there are more people behind the scenes who run more of the political day to day than the president of the United States.
Is it
Particularly
that
in
most of
Trump's
them,
case,
most of the time, they were
particularly in
like
Trump's case,
pretty
because
mundane. They weren't
he's
like
not a politician.
ideological.
He doesn't know what he's doing in the political spectrum, right? Because he's so brazen and brash. So there has to be somebody else there who's actually pulling the strings and actually knows how to maneuver power through the avenues of government. You know, like I think Trump definitely is a figurehead. They damn near blew his head off. So much shit has happened since you can't even remember half this shit, man. I mean, we talking about like ICE in Minneapolis and fucking Venezuela. They damn near shot Trump some months ago. Damn. You remember that whole shit? Nigga took a shot, he stood up, American flag. I mean, it's yeah.
I can't talk about that, man. That shit upsets me.
That's why we don't know as a population, as a society, we're so
They mess.
like weighed down with the day-to-day of just trying to survive and make your way. Also, on top of that, you don't know. You believe that the government's lying just from history, but you don't know what to believe and what not to believe. You want to believe this shit, that this is what's happening in the world, but it's just sometimes I think a lot of people just you'd end up not caring because you don't understand and you don't know exactly why things are happening the way that they are, you know. So
but there's ways to find out. Like there's ways to find out,
not
man.
Find out,
like,
not even question, and just say, okay, you know what I mean?
I know
that's the easiest route.
I know, and most people do it. I don't blame people for like being like that. It's just like for me, it's I don't know. Like to each his own. You know what I'm saying? Some people just like lose themselves. Yeah, like I like we have like a desire to understand like what's happening in the world around us, right? So like some people don't have the interest. Some people just like their world around them is like their daily lives, and outside of that, they don't give a shit, right? So like there's people like believe like there's people, and it always drives me crazy, man, to think when I think about this, but like there's people who are like, if we literally did slide into a one rule like a monarchy with a king and all of our checks and systems of checks and balances are dismantled, like there's a large swath of most of the population is just like, yeah, okay, fine, whatever, it's what it is. Right? And it's just like that inconsistency with me is like so like I would have to leave like or do my best to get the fuck up out, because like that inconsistency of like what we've been told our entire lives, and then they'll continue to tell us that shit too, but it's like what we've been told our entire lives, like it's just a lie or just over. Like I just couldn't do it, man. But I guarantee you, man, most people, a lot of the people, most of the people we know would just be like, it is what it is. Guess we got king now.
Well, it's kind of like, what can you do about it? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's the question.
And see, I hate that too, because I know you're gonna say it's like the guy in the movie that just gives in.
No, you're right. You're right. That's the actual question.
He just accepted the system and da da da. I know.
No, that's literally what everybody's gonna do.
Because everybody wants to rebel and change things, right? But like,
we got families. We got to feed our kids.
So vast and big. It's like, how can you fight the tide of the way that this thing is sweeping you? You know what I mean? Like, this shit is huge. It's bigger than one lifetime. You know what I mean? It is like, you know.
It is because like they remember
1,000 people die right now.
They convinced black people. They convinced black people that voting didn't matter. Remember that. Remember, I had to convince you that voting mattered. Remember that shit. That's how long this game has been in play.
Well, you know, because okay.
No. Let me finish.
I think the vast majority of people, and it's not even just black people. I think the vast majority of people,
black people
that voting doesn't matter because they don't see the direct
than 100 years ago. Let me finish. Black people fought to vote less than 100 years ago, and within that
it was bullshit.
term,
like ain't nothing changing with this.
Within that time, they convinced us it didn't matter.
I don't think one at a time. I think over time, they saw that they were voting and that things were not changing. They actually got worse. I think maybe the community got less joined and got more splintered apart. You know what I mean? Since those times of not being able to vote, right? Like, I don't know. And this is why the men in power don't let the people rule. They're like, see, this is what the fuck we talking about. Y'all motherfuckers can't agree on shit. We're not gonna let y'all actually rule. And yeah, you can go vote, just vote your little, and then step over here, step out the way. You got your vote in, all right, step over here, get out the way, all right, let us run this shit. You know what I mean?
My point is that like if people were actually give a shit about the conditions in which they lived in, they would actually try to do things to change it.
Yeah, you're right.
But
and
I believe it's 100%
hired,
propaganda. I think it's 100% like the same way that hip hop music became gangster rap. It's the same process they use to convince niggas that voting didn't matter.
That's a good analogy. I like that. You're right.
Same fucking shit.
No, well, gangster rap was also around when hip hop was there.
Huh?
Gangster rap was also around when hip hop was pure. Like the same time Tribe Called Quest was out.
But what was
Death Row was putting out
played?
records.
But what was played the most?
Yeah, of course, Tribe.
What got the most promotion?
Yeah.
Well, we got the most promotion. Like
you're right.
It's an industry plant, man. It's the white supremacists at the top have always been doing it. They've been playing the long game, man. Like when Harlan Crow is like when Harlan Crow. Do you know what Harlan Crow is?
I've heard of it.
So this motherfucker just he essentially sends the one black Supreme Court justice on $1 million trips, paying for just extravagant gifts for him. Right? Like these people are old fucking money. Harlan Crow, the same guy who pays for everything and just pretty much bribes a Supreme Court justice, Clarence Thomas, that dude, like just bribes him to ad infinitum. Also has a Nazi garden in one of his properties. And I'm talking, when I say a Nazi garden, I mean a garden with just distinct historical memorabilia of the Nazis, of their regime, of statues and busts and all these things.
Yeah.
That's the fucking long game they've been playing. So when they're like, they've been playing this game for a long time, and they've convinced people, man, that like that the two-party system is the only way, right?
Yeah.
Like honestly, man.
I think for most people, even though I say that, you know, the men in power don't let us rule or don't let us actually participate in ruling because nothing would ever get done, I think the vast majority of people would have the mass, you know, thought to have, you know, better programs in place, like for the overall health of the country or the human family, right? Like if you get 1,000 people together and we all vote on, you know, ways that we should spend our tax dollars, or, you know, are we going to vote to, you know, build a new tank or a new fucking floating armada, or are we going to vote for creating jobs here in America and putting people back to work and spurring the economy? Because what's good for you is good for me, right? Like if there's clean water for you to drink, that means it's clean water for me to drink. If there's a nice park for my kids to play in, there's a nice park for your kids to play in, right? So like if there's no
who that doesn't work on?
If there's no pollution on the streets for you, there's no pollution on. So I think most people would have our better interest at heart, right? I don't think we would. So I think the men in power, the ones who actually are running the system, the Trumps and the Vances and the Millers and all that, like they are the ones who are, and this also not just them, but the system that they participate in on a global scale. They're the ones who are really like kind of you know, destroying things and being just, I don't know, selfish and single-minded and, you know, just hurting the human family at large, right? So even though I say that they don't let us participate in actual the projection of power, I think that we would actually do a good job as people. You know, if left up to us, I think I don't know if human or American, whatever family would be better off, right? Wouldn't
No,
it?
I agree. Yeah.
You would think, right? Because like if there's food for you in your family, there's food for me and my family. So why the hell would we vote against that? Why would we
What
have
you're
our?
saying, what you're saying right now is the common American sentiment.
I'm sure even throughout
Every
history, that
American
was
believes
a
what you
Greek
just said.
sentiment. You
Or
know, in
look,
African society,
90,
they had the same
like
sentiment.
80%. Let me say, like 80% of Americans and of humans believes what you just said, right? But that's not what people hear, right? Like, because why don't Republicans believe this? The answer is they do. The answer is they do believe that if you ask them.
So then why
But
don't they?
you know what there's a term for it. I can't remember what it is, but it's the one issue voter. So everybody believes what you just said, right? 90% of people believe what you said, 80%, whatever, believe what you just said. But they don't vote on that. They vote on whether or not abortion is legal. That's their one thing. They vote on whether or not marijuana should be illegal.
Mm-hmm.
That's their one issue vote. So that's how they divvy up people. So nobody's running saying, hey, everybody should have more resources. Or if they do, they're Democrats, and they did. And so you have remember, Fox News runs 24/7, and that's every Republican watches Fox News, and if they don't watch Fox News now, they're watching News Nation. Whatever. Right wing media has always been well funded and always on everywhere. It's not a coincidence you can go to a fucking gas station or get your oil done, and Fox News will be on the TV saying crazy shit, right? That's how ingrained this shit is. And the people who run Fox News are the same fucking Harlem Crow type motherfuckers. They control the airways, they control all of this shit. So they've been playing the long game of changing the American sentiment from we need community involvement, community pooling of resources so everybody can have more, to the women are getting abortions, the women are getting too uppity, whatever. What's black people are doing drugs, yeah. Crime is rampant. When crime has always been decreasing, right? It's always a in context, right? But if you look at Fox News, or the other thing, immigrants, and that's their newest thing. That's the newest thing. Immigrants, like they're coming across our open border. We've never heard of an open border before this shit. You know why? Because borders literally cannot be closed. Like there's no border. Shit, did I lose you? My thing keeps cutting out.
Good.
But yeah, there's never been a country with a border, like a fence that runs all across of it, that stayed.
Right.
And I guess I'm talking about like the Berlin Wall or whatever, but that bitch came down.
Mm-hmm.
And that didn't come across the whole country. That was just kind of but like, yeah, it's just a thing, but it's propaganda. That's all I'm saying. So that's a long-winded way of me saying it's all propaganda. My bad. I just fucking went on there.
Even those men in power that know that all those things are true, like, why do they work against it?
Because they don't care.
That's not for the betterment of society. It's like the problem is when you mix the business and the political, like, you know, and that's what it boils down. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, when it's kind of like, well, throw your hands up. What can you do about it? What can we do? We got to just accept it. It's like this system is so vast. You know what I mean? Like, to tear this shit down is going to take more than just some ICE agents in Minneapolis, bro. Like, it's just, I mean,
what do you think it'll take?
We're fighting the span of time, right? Like, you have to hit a total. I think it would almost take some kind of like cataclysmic kind of thing to happen. You know what I'm saying? Because, and now, like, especially with economies being so interconnected, you know, like, this shit is just so
Trump is actively working on disconnecting America.
He's actually working on dismantling capitalism. Like,
no, disconnecting. No, that's it. I said disconnecting America from the international network of money. Like that's like whether he believes it or not. I don't know if he believes it, but again, he's just doing what he's told to work. But like the result is America is becoming a pariah in the world. What happens when other countries start sanctioning us, especially when it comes to Greenland or some other shit, like whatever the next move is? What happens when countries start sanctioning us?
The one
then that international handoff kind of ends, doesn't it? Then we become more and more isolated.
I'm just a Joe Schmo, but like the good thing with America is they're such a player in the international game and on the international stage. It's hard to just sanction America or to punish us, to slap us. They need us to buy shit. This is a consumer society, bro. You know what I mean?
America is?
Yeah, China needs us to buy shit from them. You know what I mean?
Dude, do you know China is fucking industrializing the rest of the world, yo?
The economies are too interconnected now. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that America is the only player. It's not that America is the only player. It's not that we're the most important or anything, but we are a player there, and they need those dollars to keep coming in. You know what I mean? The money keeps.
Dr. K makes a great point. She said most empires crumble after 250.
At the end of the day, politics are politics, but business is business, bro, and business drives politics, and that's just it. Just is the way it is, you know. Especially when you have these vast corporations like this. Like, you know, when America was founded, you know, you had your British, what is it, the British Tea Company. I'm sure there were large corporations, but like on a scale like today, you know what I mean? Where like if something happens in America, it affects the stock market in China. You know what I mean? Like it's things are just too. We're so dependent on each other.
But hear what I'm saying though. Is that like I think like the same thing you're saying is what is Trump's critique of America. He don't like that shit.
Well, nobody likes being dependent on anybody else, but
so the goal,
dependent on China.
Their goal is to disconnect, and also like I don't know if you know the situation with the farmers, but like our farmers are like really hurting for money right now, mainly because of Trump's relationships. Trump's actions have China has sanctioned us where they don't buy from our farmers anymore. So that's a huge cut in like, in particular, soybeans. One of the main thing I'm thinking about. China used to buy.
I wonder how that's affecting their population. Like, are they
China?
That? Yeah, I mean, because if they're buying.
No, they're buying from somewhere else.
Yeah,
they're buying from Brazil. They're buying from other countries now because it's other countries. Like you said, it's an interconnected world. But America's not the only one. And so, like, there's things like when it comes to chips, right? Like we have agreements when it comes to like selling what we can, like Nvidia, like computer chips. And I'm not really fully aware of all the details of it, but a lot of these we had a hold on what we could sell to China. All right. That they just unreleased, right? That there was a hold for a while. Whatever deals are made, they unreleased those deals so you can continue selling to China. Right, and that was one of Trump's like cards he used for leverage, right, for his tariffs and all of the bullshit he's doing. But like, in that, it's just a matter of time before China starts making their own, right? Like they're already working on the expertise, or they start buying chips from elsewhere. It's literally just a matter of time, right? Like, as long as a lot of this is reputation. Think of it as credit, right? Like a lot of it is our credibility that allows us to maintain our position. And up to this point, America's had not perfect, right? But again, like you said, because we've been so big, we've been so prominent, right? We've been so like
and not only
forward
America,
and bountiful that everybody's been like, yeah. So the American dollar has been the main base dollar. The currencies are, but it's just like. All that shit is on shaky ground right now because countries are. It is
When you
Because
hear
what
about like the
happens
dollar
when
being
Trump
kicked off,
makes
you're
the
like,
next
shit,
move and they're
that's
like,
fucking
you
up.
know what? This is not worth it. It's not worth it. We're not going to be under this boot of this country just because, right? Because they still have pride, right? Not
I
every
wonder
country
what's
that's
gonna.
capitalist is America. We got to remember that. Like America's
True,
extremely
true.
capitalist, but not every country. Some countries actually have pride and morality that
Yeah,
America does not
yeah.
have.
I think a lot of the main players are capitalist
Uh
systems.
huh.
You know what I mean?
For how long though?
China,
Before
Japan, and the same way
you see China
China
all the
can,
time.
the
I
same
don't
way
know,
China
man.
can produce their own goods or buy from someone else. America has those options too. Oh shit, you ain't fucking with China? You can buy these shits from over here. We'll sell them to you. You know what I mean?
Yes, that is
So
true.
it is a two-way street. Like I don't
It
think
is.
America is completely destitute in
I didn't
this.
say that.
And I think everybody wants to be independent a little bit more, right? Like, you know,
But we're
um,
talking about like countries, though, right?
well,
Or people.
countries. Like as far as like, like America saying, well, we don't need China to do this, or China saying we don't need America, we can buy our shit from over here. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, I don't know.
But if
It's
it works for both of us to do it better this way, then
I know
one
this is all
side is acting
disjointed.
like the other side is the enemy when that's not the case.
I know this is all disjointed because we were on the ice and it kind of led
Yeah,
into
man.
all this.
I really want to actually, yeah, you're
Which is,
right,
which
man.
is
I want to
why
go
the
back to the
Intelligent
whole,
Idea Talkers podcast episodes are so long, because we start on a topic and then we delve into another topic for 35 minutes and then come back to the topic. But
that's why we need to change the
it's
name.
all connected. It's all connected because these are the makings of a leader who's setting these policies and having these things happen under his watch. So it's all relevant, and I think it all matters.
Let
Dr.
me go back to
CKM.
Minneapolis though. So I wanted to read a statement from the family of Alex Peretti, who was killed by ICE agents. Just because this is like one of those tragedies that's like, I don't know if it's a pivotal point, but it's definitely like it means something. Like we're constantly living through historical points, and I feel like I just want to read it just to kind of like document this shit, you know. But
We're
anyway,
definitely living through historical points, bro. All of this,
constantly,
the whole thing.
constantly. Says we are heartbroken but also very angry. Alex was a kind-hearted soul who cared deeply for his family and his friends, and also an American veteran, and also the American veterans for whom he cared for as an ICU nurse at the Minneapolis VA hospital. Alex wanted to make a difference in this world. Unfortunately, he will not be with us to see its impact. I do not throw around the hero term lightly. However, his last thought and act was to protect a woman. The sickening lies told about her son by the administration are reprehensible and disgusting. Alex is clearly not holding the gun when attacked by Trump's murdering and cowardly ICE thugs. He has his phone in his right hand and his left hand is raised above his head while trying to protect the woman ICE just pushed down, all while being pepper sprayed. Please get the truth out about our son. He was a good man. Thank you. So for me, like when I heard this statement, I was just like, it kind of hits in a way where like this guy was literally just out doing his civil duty, right? Like we're not fighting, like there's no civil war. I mean, in a way it is, but anyway, we're not at the point where we're shooting at ICE, right? But we're documenting them and we're heckling them. Like the people are heckling them and documenting them. And that is our First Amendment right. And in exercising our First Amendment right, this guy was murdered. He was also exercising his Second Amendment right. He was carrying a gun. He had a gun on his person. He had a license to carry that gun. So he was an observer using
This
his
guy
First
Alex
and
had a gun.
Second Amendment. He had a gun on his person, on his body. He had a gun. and
That changes things completely, bro.
He has a right to carry a gun, and he has a license to carry his gun.
He was
He
armed,
did not
and he
draw.
dove into the middle of some ICE agents who were not dealing with him.
They dealt with him. We watched the video. They attacked him.
But their initial issue was not with him, correct?
What do you mean? He
chose to come through and
he stepped into that situation. So you're saying that because he had a gun on him, that justified them killing him? Do you think that just? Do you think that? But no, I'm asking you.
On him, I'm asking the level of threat that they saw.
But I'm asking you. But I'm asking you. Do you think that
if he was unarmed and there was no gun, him having a gun just? I mean,
that justified.
You don't know, Juice. These ICE agents don't know this guy. They don't know if he's on Medicaid. They don't know. They don't know that he's just there trying to protect this woman. Now, God bless him. I'm not saying he deserved to die, right? Obviously, he didn't. But the man. That's all I'm asking you.
So the man was armed. Therefore, finish the sentence.
If you jump in the middle of a group of trigger-happy agents of the government who have badges and guns, and you're armed, you're kind of taking your life in your own hands, bro.
And therefore,
did he know this lady that he was?
Dude, finish the sentences, man.
And therefore, he's dead. That's what the therefore is there. Therefore,
and you think that is okay?
No, who said it's okay? But I mean, damn.
What are you arguing about? Like, what are you arguing that point for?
I mean, I'm just saying.
I don't think the point matters.
Happen, bro. He could have done the same thing. Take the ICE agents out of it. He could have done the same thing to the Prince William County or Fairfax County Police Department, and it might have ended up the same way.
Yeah. Straight up.
He's armed.
That's bad. That's a bad thing.
That's not a good idea. It's not a good idea to go armed into a situation that you're not involved in a group of police or agents with guns and badges. This is not a good idea, bro. It's not. Okay, I think that would end badly for you, me, Alex. Unfortunately, I mean, did he know this lady? Did he know her personally at all? He was just trying to be a good Samaritan.
No idea. I know he was recording them, and I know they attacked him.
Dude, I mean, it doesn't justify them. At least
he didn't attack them.
Because also at the same time,
they
unless he was
him.
grabbing for the gun, like if somebody saw the gun holstered on him, unless he's grabbing for it, there's no reason for you to pull out you saw it. There was enough of y'all for some of y'all to grab the gun, some of y'all to restrain him. You didn't
already had him tackled. If they didn't, if they didn't tackle him, they wouldn't have known he had a gun.
And plus, the way it looked in the video, they shot him.
If they didn't kill him, they wouldn't have known they had a gun. Yeah,
it wasn't like he was in a standing posture with the gun pointed at them. Like he was laying flat out prone.
And dude, that's my point, man. That's my point.
But still, it's man.
Dr. K said they already took his gun by the time they shot him.
Yeah,
but like nonetheless, like either we like believe that we have rights or we don't, right? And like I don't like you understand it's frustrating to like the case the case you're making is that like I'm not saying you're saying he deserved it, but you're like,
what did you expect? What did he expect to happen in that situation?
He expected he was to fight all record
of them and save that woman.
No, that's not what he was even doing.
Well, what did he expect to happen? He
expected them to be he what he expected to happen was for federal law agencies, a law group, to behave in a lawful manner. That's what he expected. That's what he expected.
I hate to make light of the situation because it's fucked up. He got killed, but
it's fucked up. Man, I understand you wouldn't do it, and I wouldn't do it either, right? But that's not saying that he doesn't have the right. But that's not saying he doesn't have the right or that he shouldn't have done it.
Look, Juice, definitely not why you had your gun on you. You would not have had your gun on you and dove in the middle of them dudes.
I understand that because I'm black. I also wouldn't even. I don't even have the opportunity doing this shit.
Yeah, I mean,
not even almost, not even remotely. Right?
I don't even think you would even want to do.
But this guy had a license to carry, licensed, was holstered, and had his hands holding a cell phone and bracing himself on the ground when he was shot.
It's crazy.
Understand, like that's like I don't really give a fuck like whether or not he had a gun or not. right?
Wasn't Philando Castile in Minneapolis too? Was that in Minnesota?
I don't know.
Philando Castile, remember?
I know he was the one shot in the Walmart, right?
No, he was the one shot in his car, and his girlfriend recorded it. She was like, remember, he was just slumping over in the driver's seat, just slumping over. And he told the cop that he was armed and that he had his gun on him.
But I don't know, maybe I'm thinking John Crawford. Okay.
Maybe Minnesota needs to do something about their gun laws, man. I'm pretty sure they probably just let you carry out there, like. So you're probably always on edge as a police officer anyway. I mean, you're always on edge in any state, but man,
this is America, yo. Like anybody got a gun anytime.
Shit, bro. That changes. I didn't know he was armed. Like, damn. Maybe I should have read the description. Let me see if the description on Instagram said he was armed.
How does it change it though? So you just like, well, I mean, you're saying it changes it, but it doesn't. Like legally, it doesn't change it. Legally, it doesn't change it. Right?
Man. Even if you were unarmed, you wouldn't dive in the middle.
Also, ICE are not police officers, like Dr. K says.
Well, right, but you wouldn't dive in the middle of a group of
men.
I
believe that cops. I believe that cops also should go to jail if they shoot a guy who's not.
100%
threatening them, right?
100%. But I think they'll get off on some legal loophole. Well, he was armed and I mean, I think that just changes everything especially for the guy who shot him initially. Like, you know, oh, I saw a gun. I feared for my life. You know what I mean? Like, that's and you know what? Like,
going back, man. Like, when I talk about the long game, but I talk about the long game, bro. Like that cops using "I fear for my life" and qualified immunity and all that shit is the long game.
That's been used since they was hunting down slaves and shit. Yeah.
I don't know about that far back, but like it's definitely the long game, man. I fear for my life. They didn't care.
I fear for my life
when they're hunting slaves.
Yeah, of course.
They didn't need reasons then.
They had to have some. Well, maybe not all the time, but in certain instances, they might have had to have a reason, man. Hey, dog.
But that's not qualified immunity.
Remember, they were slaves, but they were valuable. They were valuable property, bro. Why
not to jump off topic?
I needed him.
Not to jump off topic, but like the point I was trying to make is that like. The long game is that like the right wing conservatives and Democrats in their weakness have like allowed shit like this to be okay. That's why people protest, because qualified immunity is fucking insane.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You can kill a person because you were scared. That's insane. That's an insane position to hold. But they fight for it and they act like we're crazy for thinking it's not insane.
Yeah.
Right? Like and all that sets up to this, right? All that shit leads up to this. So now we have federal agents and they're going to use that shit. The whole immunity for police in itself is insane, right?
Oh, that's completely insane.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. But like again, it's one of those things that's been set up from base. They push the propaganda on us. They push the propaganda on us and the people who want to think it's okay to kill brown people. That's why they always tested it on brown people, man. They always tested these on brown people. Oh, we had to do it because, you know, these savages, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the only time. And then because they tested on brown people, now they're using it on just white people now, right? Second time they've killed a person because they were scared for their life. So in fucking insane situations, talk about, oh, we're immune. It's immunity. Like, this is kind of what it all leads to, man. They've been playing the long game forever.
Multiple instances of these ICE agents being involved in, you know, whether it's killing or, you know, abducting someone. Like, where
you know how many people have died in ICE custody now? Just none. They're all immune. And that's the thing.
Which is crazy.
This is the long game.
Any law enforcement officer should be able to be held accountable for what they do while performing their said task. As you are a public servant, right?
A reasonable society will say they have a higher threshold. They should have a higher penalty when they kill a civilian.
Right.
Any reasonable society who actually values the lives of their citizens over the flexing of power would say that you have more responsibility to not kill. And if you do kill, then you have a higher penalty because you are put in a special place.
Especially
but not
unlawfully kill. You know what I mean?
Especially unlawfully.
So yeah, that is ridiculous. It's crazy.
But the propaganda for 50 years. When did quantified immunity start, man? I don't know. It hasn't been forever. I know it's like a time of it. I think it's like, I don't know. I don't even want to guess, but like whenever that started, the propaganda has been told that this is the only way, and the way it's been pushed is it's the only way to keep these crazy savages in line. Who knows what these savages could have done? I always think about Michael Brown, how the cop who shot Michael Brown described him as an animal, as a monster.
Mm-hmm.
Like he wasn't even that big, and the guy who shot him was big too. Like, like, I don't know. Anyway.
A lot of these guys are power trips, and in hindsight, they try to, make a threat out of whatever wrong they committed. But at the end of the day, you have to be held accountable, bro. You're a public servant. We have to be able to trust you as a public, right? So anything that reflects on you reflects on your organization. So, if I'm anybody who's running ICE, if I'm Trump, I'm like, look, man, public sentiment matters, public opinion matters. We have to do something about this. We can't have these guys running just rogue. And the fact that he doesn't do anything about it shows me that maybe you're right. Maybe Stephen Miller is the one really running the shit. You know what I mean? Trump is just a figurehead. Like,
I don't know if you saw.
Maybe we shouldn't. Maybe it's not fair to blame Trump for all what's going on. Maybe it's
when Trump saw what happened with Renee Good on. He was actually being recorded when he saw it the first time. And his initial reaction, his raw actual reaction was, "Oh wow, that's not good."
Mm-hmm. They know because it's a natural. We saw what happened. Right.
Everybody saw. They shot a woman who was driving away. Like the guy was fine, and then the next day though, Trump was like, "Oh yeah, no, he was scared for his life. He was suffering internal injuries, all kinds of shit." Of course, that's when they get to make up the stories to justify. But like, that's how it always is, man.
And the thing is, I know it goes back to the whole, the person in the movie who just accepts their fate and decides that they can't fight the system, right? I hate to sound like that person, but when Trump can just come back on the next day and say something like, well, he was scared for his life, he had to even the people that want to fight the system, they just end up kind of accepting what is said and what's presented to the public, right? So like, we know the shit was wrong. Even the people that quote unquote don't want to fight the system, right? Now, I'm not one of those people that doesn't want to fight. I see the shit that's wrong. At least I think I do. And I would be willing to fight it, but I think any man, especially in our position, you gotta put your kids and your family first.
Yeah, I'm not fighting.
What is best for my family?
I'll tell you straight up, I'm not.
I'll fight anything, but am I gonna make it home to my kids tonight? You know what I'm saying? Because they need their father, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, dude, I don't think it's for us to fight, man. That's the thing.
It's not even a fight, but like when they can tell you whatever they want, and we just accept it as the American. It's kind of like the American sentiment, like, okay, well, that's what they said happened, okay. And then the way the news cycle works and the way that our brains work with the attention spans and everything, it's like they can pretty much do whatever the fuck they want. You know what I mean? And they have been doing this shit for years.
Here, I think like there's one way to like really do anything about this, and it comes down to voting, man. Like, I hate to say it, like I hate to be like sound like a lib. Okay, maybe it's two things, right? One, the first thing is vocally express that you are not in support of this.
You're dissatisfied, right?
You're not for this shit. Like, I think that's it. I think that's what we're doing here. Nobody's watching this, but like, still, like, I feel like it's important for us to do this. I feel like it's important for people to say when
nobody's watching. This is documented for future generations, bro. All right.
But like, even to your friends, right? Like, even to like people around you, you'd be like, "Did you hear what happened? That shit." It's fucked up. Like, I think it's important for us to know what's going on, even though it's a fast news cycle. I think it's important for us to know who Stephen Miller is. I think it's important for us to know who the fuck is.
You're
like,
right. I learned something new because Stephen Miller. Now I'm sure I've heard his
Marco
name,
Rubio. Yeah,
but I just never
we've talked
cared.
about him before.
I've heard about Marco Rubio a bunch of times. Yeah, so
like it's important for us to be like when Elon Musk does some shit.
Stephen Miller is a perfect example of someone who's behind the scenes, who has his hands in the jar of power.
Yeah,
that nobody is just not in the mainstream. He's not in the mainstream.
He's
knows
in the mainstream.
Well,
you guys don't watch mainstream.
I've never heard Stephen Miller's name on CNN or maybe
he was on CNN multiple times.
Right. I mean, I'm sure he was, but like he's not. Anytime they talk about Trump and his administration, Stephen Miller is not the first name that comes up. You know what I mean? To me that I've ever heard. Right. I've heard JD Vance, right? I've heard obviously Trump, but Stephen Miller is probably one of those guys who's actually in power and actually pulling the strings and actually implementing a lot of these things. Right.
Mm-hmm.
This guy who has fascist and Nazi ideals and policies. Right. I think if this was a lot more like common knowledge, I think people would point at this guy a lot more and be like, yo, this motherfucker might be a problem. This dude might be an issue, but we don't see it.
Well, yeah, I think it's just because, like, it's not, again, this comes down to propaganda. Like, if we don't see it, it's because they don't want it seen. Like, I don't know what, like I do watch a lot of, like, political stuff, right? So,
yeah,
of course, I'm going to see it, but a lot of people don't, right? A lot of people don't watch.
So you just sit and watch C-SPAN the whole time, bro?
No. I watch C-SPAN, but
is this TikTok stuff? Is this TikTok stuff you talking about? You watch, or is this like actual?
No, I follow like political streamers. Like I follow progressive political streamers
on TikTok
and on YouTube. Actually,
I'm about to say because no, I'm not even joking. TikTok is a valid source of information. So it's social media. You know what I mean?
I prefer YouTube.
I'm just poking at you because everybody loves fucking TikTok. I tried TikTok.
Yeah.
I just can't. I can't.
Don't do it. Don't do it. It's not.
Yeah.
Don't do it. It's not worth it.
Everybody loves TikTok, bro.
It's not worth it, man. But like, no, I follow people who do like leftist media coverage. So, they talk about the news. They talk about like political drama. They talk about all this stuff, right?
YouTube is probably the greatest social media app that we have, dog. That shit is probably greater than, Instagram, TikTok, because it allows us to share ideas that you would never in long form video. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's probably one of the greatest platforms that's ever been created. And it's crazy because it was one of the first,
Yeah.
But it's probably the greatest single platform for just discussing ideas and getting, different perspectives,
Yep. I agree, man, 100%. Like that's why we use it for what we do. But like the other thing I was gonna say was like the other thing I think that is only gonna really matter is like voting, man, and like and the Democrats, right? Like this, we have a two-party system, so we don't really have options. So I understand like where people are frustrated with it, but like I still think it's important to vote.
Mm-hmm.
So like I understand like Joe Biden was a shit president. Like I am no kind of Joe Biden supporter. The guy was a fucking psycho and he'd let Israel do a genocide on break. But like the fuck, dude, like we should have voted Kamala Harris and no shit. Like people should have fucking got their shit together and been like, all right, I understand I don't like this choice. And I understand like it's frustrating and the lesser of two evils, but I think like the lesser of two evils argument is settled that like the lesser of two evils is better.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Like it's always the lesser is always better than the greater of evils. Mm-hmm. So like we should still no, like it is. Because we have the greater of evils now.
It's just basic logic. It's not quite as evil. Yeah.
So it is. Right. And this is like
it's bad. The shit could be a lot worse.
We need like progressive politics. We need we need somebody who's gonna fight for like the people of people, and we need people who's gonna push back against the fucking corpse and like tax these motherfuckers to be like, yo, you're not gonna run the government anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But then we got people like Gavin Newsom. You know who Gavin Newsom is?
I've heard his name just all over the news.
He's a governor of
GOP.
California right now.
Right.
He's definitely
Yeah.
running for president in 2028.
Yeah.
He's definitely running. 100% running. He's trying to brand himself now.
Look, dude, I can't remember names for Jujutsu Kaisen, man. I ain't gonna remember all these goddamn governor names and shit, man. I'm trying to remember Toji's name and shit, man. Damn.
Well, yeah, I know.
Gavin Newsom and fucking Stephen Miller. Who?
Yeah, I know. It's crazy, man. They don't like,
yeah.
but like this is shit that we should be like knowing, because like
we should, right? Because it
is literally important.
A valid, point in all of our lives. What is going on?
But yo, we should probably
voting is akin to protesting to me. It's like the old cliche, like you have to bring attention to know public sentiment. Public sentiment matters and how people feel, and the way they vote is how they show they feel on a political spectrum, and protesting is how we show how we feel. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, 100%.
So those things are definitely relevant. I would never say that voting doesn't matter. I don't think it matters in the running of the country, right, as a whole, but I think it does show public sentiment. It shows what we think and how we feel and who we align with, and when these two, like you said, two-party system, when one party comes out saying one thing and the other party comes out saying the other thing, the way the votes go is like who people would more tend to agree with or who they don't. So it definitely matters, man. I would never say that voting does not matter at all. But I think even when the votes are done, these motherfuckers are going to do what the hell they want to do anyway. So with Kamala would have done whatever she wanted to, whatever she was being told to do.
She would have, because that's how that's like, because like voting is like
Miller type behind the scenes that would have been really pulling the strings.
It would have been but it wouldn't have been Stephen Miller, and that's the thing.
Right, it wouldn't have been Stephen Miller.
It would have been somebody else, and it would not have been a Nazi.
Yeah, Stephen Miller looks bad,
and that's like the good. That's the biggest point of it is like, yes, when you vote in somebody, you're like, hey, we trust you to be the administrator. That's it. They're not going to ask us what to do next. They're like, okay, you gave me your confidence. I'm going to do what I think is best. We want them to not pay so much attention to the billionaires. That's really it. That's really the progressive position is like, do as much as you can for the people. Don't pay so much attention to the billionaires, right? Like that's all we can really ask for. But I don't know. Anyway, we should probably switch topics, so if we want, because it's already been like 2 hours. But anyway, I really want to talk about Minneapolis and like the fucking murder and like I don't know. I hope somebody has some sense to do something, or like it's just gonna get worse, man. It's just gonna get worse.
It was definitely a murder. We can definitely classify it as that. And until I think the thing with ICE in particular is it's not so much on the American radar because it doesn't directly affect anybody who's a freestanding American foundation. Like if you were here and you know what I mean? Like, so you hear like ICE, somebody ICE murdered someone. It's like, well, damn, I don't know. And I think that's not just like a black or white thing. That's just how people are. Well, shit, it ain't involved me. It ain't got nothing to do with me. That's them over there, right? So I'm gonna keep going about my business. And they keep us so distracted with the day-to-day minutia of just having to work, snowstorms and shit, and just you get distracted and the news cycle and the way things, your psyche of I got my kids and I got to pay for this, and just we're so goddamn stressed, and as a society, mental health is crazy, and
I think it's being sheeple, man.
No damn ICE.
What's the word? Sheeple.
I think that's a lot of public sentiment. Well, it ain't me,
Sheeple, man.
But of course, it was obviously horrible. They murdered a man in cold blood. He was armed. But you can't do that, bro. Like you got to be smarter than that. If you armed, do not dive into it. Anybody listening to this, you armed, you walk in the street, you're carrying,
let them trample over your rights.
you let them trample, or you want to be murdered in cold blood in the street? Which you want to? I mean, because you can stand up for your rights, but you be
You don't
down
have
there.
to
You
do
be
it.
like, damn, look at this
I'm not
nigga
gonna tell
shot like a
nobody not to
motherfucker.
do it.
Okay. Hey. See, I hate to be that guy. Stop trying to turn me into that guy, Juice.
I'm not turning you to nothing, bro. Like I feel you, dude. I understand. Like I said,
Stop
it's not
trying to
gonna
do
be
that,
me.
okay?
I agree, dude. It's not gonna be me. It's not gonna be me. But I ain't gonna fucking criticize the dude for like trying to stop them from pepper spraying and beating a woman who was just recording, right? Like I'm not gonna be the guy to tell him, dude, you shouldn't have done that. Like I think he was correct in his action. I think they're the psychopaths for killing them. Like murderers should always hold the burden for their murder.
Now it might have been a little more heroic. He's still a hero. It might have been a little more heroic in hindsight, especially from the point of view of his family, who put out that statement that maybe not have your gun on you when you try to go help the woman.
Fuck that shit.
Because you could have been beaten up and bloodied in the street.
He didn't draw the gun. He could have drawn the gun.
Armed. He had it on him. I mean,
he could have drawn the gun.
And it seemed like that even
he could have drawn the gun.
Even to your point that he didn't draw it, it seemed like that there was enough ICE agents there that they could have restrained him.
He could be a guy who carries his gun all the time because he had a license. He didn't get the license for today. He had a license. He might be a regular guy who carries his gun. He could have just been in the vicinity. This thing didn't look like he was dressed to protest. The fuckers was wearing like loafers and a goddamn like he was dressed pretty casually on a cold day. Yeah. Like he didn't look like he was out to fuck. He wasn't holding no signs. He just had a cell phone out. Motherfucker might just carry a gun because that's what he's just a Second Amendment guy.
But still, it ain't
you're making a lot of assumptions being like, oh, well, like, so he should have been like, hold on, guys, stop beating him up. Let me go put my gun in my car and I'll come right back.
Probably would have been a better move. He'd still be alive and here for his family who put out that statement. Yes.
Guess what? We don't know that because they could have killed his ass anyway.
They could have.
Because they're fucking crazy.
Yeah, you're right. You're honestly right. I can't. It's hard for me. I'm not disagreeing with you, and it's hard for me to do that anyway. But
I agree with
the bad move is just,
don't
especially being armed. Don't go in the middle of a group of officers. Anybody with guns and badges.
Don't.
Even if you walk into the middle of a group of gangsters, I'm talking about gangbangers. Right, and they see your gun, they gonna be under threat. What the fuck you got that for, nigga? We don't know you. You know what I'm saying? That's a basic human reaction.
That's literally what
I don't know you, and you're armed, and you're coming into a situation that does not involve you. That's a basic human thing to be like, why are you here? What are you doing? You know what I mean? We don't know how are you with it. And then it just so happened that in the melee, some crazy trigger happy ICE agent shot him 50 times. You know, like
it's like they were the only ones meleeing.
Like, and it seemed like crazy it seemed like there was enough of them that they could have restrained him and took his weapon, right?
Bro, they had him restrained. He was on his hands and knees.
And if I was any of the ICE agents, I would have been mad at the ICE agent who initially shot because that was close quarters.
They shot another ICE agent.
That was close quarters, bro. He could have misfired the gun or mishandled the gun and shot one of his fellow agents. Like
that would have been hilarious.
I would not want to work with that dude. You know what I mean?
That would be so funny.
Like you shot the gun with all of us within a foot of the person you shot. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not
like if he'd have shot his homie in the knee.
You could have ricocheted off the ground.
That would have been like such a better outcome.
It just I don't know. I hope this guy faces justice and God bless the person who died and the family. What does the lady who was trying to be rescued say? Was there any interview from her or any statement from her?
But the screams kind of said enough.
Well, I was wondering if she had like any kind of statement or anything afterwards that, thank you to this man or, anything like that. Yeah, it's cool. Look, you want to run through do you have the trailer queued up for the Star Wars? You want to run through that real quick?
I think I do.
Because I do have some thoughts.
Let's do Mandalorian and Grogu first, and then we can do the other one.
I do have some thoughts on Darth Maul. Like, when I first initially saw it, I'm like, really?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, me too.
Yeah, and this is the part I would definitely wish.
Come on, wait, where is it?
Because I'm curious to know Frank's thoughts on this.
Oh, yeah. Let me These biznatches up here.
Where I was in there like tailoring my algorithm for
How you do that?
for I don't know if TikTok has an option, but on Instagram you can go to your your profile and you can add more or less of what to see in your initial algorithm. You can say, well, let me add more. I want to see more anime posts, or I want to see more whatever posts, So but yeah.
So this is a TikTok.
Goddamn algorithms, man. They got me down, man.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
That's why I keep
this
messing
is
all y'all
a this
about
is a
TikTok.
TikTok trailer. Because
y'all
as you can see, it's
Look
vertical.
at this shit, bro.
It's vertical. That's where I snatched it from. They let you download. They let you download shit easily.
Y'all
like YouTube doesn't let you download that easily.
TikTok, bro.
But yeah, here it is. I don't know if the sound is gonna come through though. Yeah, I don't
It
think
just
it's
looks
gonna
awesome
come
because
through.
this was one of the best things that Disney has done for Star Wars since they acquired the property, and hopefully they expand upon it in a good way.
They got a fucking hut fighting in the ring or something.
And I think Jon Favreau is actually the executive producer or something on this.
Yeah. I think he's kind of taken over because what's the whole thing or something about Kathleen Kennedy is leaving or
Kathleen Kennedy's gone. She's gone. I think her contract ran out on January 1st. That's what it said, or beginning of January.
So I don't know if you saw this, but they got where is he? Your boy.
Who the hell is that?
Remember Zeb?
Oh,
from
the
Rebels?
guy. Yeah. Zeb, yeah.
I think that's him. I mean, it could be another whatever species he is.
And wasn't he in Zeb? There was one of his species that was in an episode of The Mandalorian, right?
I think that was him.
Okay, yeah.
I think that was Zeb. He's like a pilot or what's the passenger? He was doing something. I don't remember. But yeah, he was just at the bar, right?
Because this is easily one of the best things Star Wars wise that Disney has done. Like this, the Mandalorian series on Disney Plus is better than Force Awakens. Now those movies were beautiful and they had their qualities, but just overall story wise, for me, the Mandalorian was better than Ahsoka. Even though Ahsoka wasn't that bad.
Ahsoka was great. I thought
Ahsoka was good. It was some parts where
I'm so curious. There's so much there's so much in going on with Ahsoka. I'm just with the whole Dathomir, Dathomirian witches and
right.
Taysom Thrawn.
My only issue with Ahsoka is I had to stop and watch Rebels to understand that shit. And I told you that shit gets on my nerves. Why do I have to watch another one to get the other one? Like I had no idea who Ezra was when I first started watching Ahsoka. I was like, who the fuck is Ezra? And then they got to and then the shit happened with my man, who was the fucking Jedi who got blown up in Rebels. Spoiler alert for Rebels.
Kanan, yeah.
Kanan, yeah, bro, that
still hurts.
Shit hurt my heart, man. You know what I mean?
To this
Put
day,
his life down, man. And but yeah, Ahsoka, it was better than anything. I mean, but just
Dog,
the
who Hux was so brolic? Jesus,
it's one of the greatest things Disney has done, and it doesn't directly. I think the great thing about it, which is kind of taboo to the whole realm of Star Wars, is it doesn't directly involve the Jedi or the Sith. You know what I mean? Because that's an easy way to kind of hone down, and this is where I wish Frank was here. This is an easy kind of way to hone down the Star Wars kind of world is Jedi Sith, lightsabers.
Mm-hmm.
But the world is so expansive. There's so many more places to go. The Mandalorians, the Dathomir, the witches. It's just such a rich universe and lore. It's like you don't need Jedi and Sith to be the focal point of every single story, So I'm excited, man. Hopefully they do a trilogy or something off this. Hopefully this gets the same attention as
Yo, what the fuck is this?
Rey in The Force Awakens. Isn't that the his ship that he built on season 2 or season 3 of no,
it's
that's a
not.
little different. No, it's not. Yeah,
It's,
maybe
you know what this looks like? It's a Razor Crest.
Mm-hmm.
Yo,
nah, I ain't the Razor Crest. The Razor Crest had a big ass cabin on it.
I know what I'm saying though. Like, look at these engines.
The engines do look like the Razor Crest. Yeah,
like
plus,
this
Razor
is a
Crest
bad
had a
angle.
cool name.
I love the dude. The Razor Crest is like my favorite, like one of my favorite Star Wars like ship designs.
It wasn't better than that Starfighter that he got.
What, the X-Wing?
That shit was dope as hell.
No, dude. That what is it? I forgot what that name is called. But yeah, I don't care about that little thing.
Yeah, the Naboo Starfighter.
Yeah, the Naboo little. I don't care about that thing, man. That
shit was like a fucking sports.
That shit ain't got no leg room.
Right,
that shit little popped up in the top of that jump, man. Like the Razor Crest was like the Cadillac, man. The Razor Crest was the caddy,
that shit was like the brown caddy that y'all used to roll around with, bro.
That's what. Every time I saw the Razor Crest, I was like, "Yo, that bitch is the caddy, son."
Yeah,
and I was pissed when he blew that joint up. Yeah,
I saw this blew that up. I saw this trailer for this actually when I went to see Matt.
I'm excited about that.
When I went to see Wicked, I saw this trailer in the movie theater version, and it's just something to add on to for Disney. And I think it comes out relatively soon, right? Isn't that within the next couple months? I think, towards the summertime. I don't think it's completely summer.
Dude, hold on, man. Bro. Sorry. I'm like so caught up on this. What is that? What is this? Is this the Razor Crest, man?
Flying towards? It might be. I mean, because they need a way.
Oh, it's a rebel ship, though. Definitely a rebel ship. It's got the.
They're probably going to have to retcon
not the
him
Razor
in his
Crest,
little Naboo Starfighter, right? Because there is no room in there.
Yeah, no space in that jump, man. That's like a sports car.
Yeah,
but like he's traveling around. He ain't got no home.
He can travel with him and Grogu in there, but he can't travel with a companion and a group of, you know what I mean? So they're probably gonna have to do something about that. Yeah. I bet you the Naboo Starfighter probably gets destroyed in the beginning of this movie.
No,
I don't even remember what happened at the end of season 3. Where did we leave off with him? So in season 3,
I'm about to rewatch season 3.
He went back to get Grogu, right? In season 3. No. He went back to get Grogu at the end of Hut.
Season
not the Hut, but the Boba Fett series. He goes back up with Grogu.
That's right.
And then in season 3, he was training Grogu to become a Mandalorian because he made the armor for him and all that, right?
Right.
What happened at the end of season 3?
Moff Gideon. All I remember is they went to Mandalore. That was season 3. They went down to Mandalore. Then there was something about those goddamn robots. Yeah, they saw the what was it called? The I can't remember the name all of a sudden.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about though.
The Beast, whatever. Yeah.
She wouldn't tell fucking the Mandalorian about it.
Yeah.
Like, tell this thing. Yeah, it kind of felt like they tried to start making.
Damn it! What was that Mandalorian beast called?
It felt like that thing's like important. Start making her the focal point of the story over top of Din, you know, who is the Mandalorian. Spoiler alert for the Mandalorian, but I still thought the story
the Mythosaur.
Yeah.
So they have that legend where if you ride the Mythosaur, like that would be like the new Mandalorian king or some shit. On some King Arthur type shit.
Yeah,
it was if you can ride the Mando, and I think Grogu's gonna ride that shit,
man,
because he's the one who can have a telepathic link with it, like a Jedi type shit.
The problem with Grogu is we could probably never really see Grogu do anything cool because he is just a puppet. Because he's just a puppet, and it's going to have to be CGI if he ever does anything cool, especially as far as a Jedi, right? Because he's a Jedi.
Yeah, of course.
You know, so
they're not going to have a little dude in a suit like
because they
pulling
definitely
anything
like
interesting off. Like
we let
we're
it
past
go,
the days
but
of the
even in the
Ewoks.
Mandalorian, when Grogu's walking around, you could tell it's this little hand puppet. They're just moving, you know.
Yeah,
So it's like we can't see him do nothing, you know.
but he was also a baby then.
Yeah,
Like he's gotten a little bit bigger. He's got like a little bit more mobile. You know,
and
we've
plus
seen
a
like
baby Yoda. I remember hearing about baby Yoda before I even watched the Mandalorian. And like baby Yoda is such a like a little cash mine. Like these companies always
oh
look for
yeah,
like cute
100%.
little characters and creatures, and you know, it's such a gold mine for Disney. That baby Yoda's not going away. That's why he ain't gotten older. I know his species lives thousands or hundreds of years, or whatever. But
Oh yeah.
you notice he ain't got no older since all these seasons, and now a movie. So motherfucker ain't
I
got
want him
no
to talk,
bigger.
dude.
You're right,
Question: do you want him to talk like? Do you want him to talk like
Yoda,
normal, or do you want to talk like Yoda?
like Yoda-ish. Not
Yeah,
specifically like
because
Yoda, but
Yaddle. Remember Yaddle? She didn't
yeah,
talk
she
like
was on
Yoda.
the council. Yeah, right. Like
Yeah,
for
she just
was that
talked
in Clone
normally.
Wars?
Uh huh.
Right.
And then she was in the Dooku in the what was it? Tales of the Jedi with
Right.
Dooku. Remember he fought? Yeah, she
Because
just
there's
talked
only
normally.
Grogu is only the third time we've seen any of Yoda's species, right? So
There's a fourth
Yoda,
in the
Yaddle.
comics. There's an old
Okay, yeah.
Republic version of them, of
Right.
one of them. And he actually talked normal too.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was actually just reading a comic, this old Republic comic, and he talked normal too. So only Yoda talked like that. But I think it was the way because Yoda was like raised. He like grew up on like some like distant back like planet. He didn't grow up with the Jedi. Anyway,
The old Republic is such an untapped vein of Star Wars lore, especially in cinema. That like I don't know what I mean outside of the second Star Wars game or uh the Acolyte. That's what one
hmm
of the best things about the Acolyte was that they delved into the old Republic a little bit. Like I mean, come on, like armies of Jedi and Sith, like it makes so much sense, you know.
hmm
Like I don't know why Disney is underutilizing that era of Star Wars, man. Like
real
it
talk,
kind of
man. Like my main issue with Kathleen Kennedy was that she was too scared to really dig
take
her heels
chances.
in, man. Yeah, like or to even use the old lore. Like it felt so like I think Filoni gets a lot of respect because he does use the old lore. Like he'll take abstract concepts or people and just throw them in. And I think that's just enough to like Star Wars always had really good writing. Like there's
Hmm.
no reason to toss that writing just cause it could just cause you didn't do it, right? Like there's no reason to toss that old good stuff. Like there's so much like especially when it comes to old Republic, but particularly like Palpatine and like
Hmm.
Clone Wars and stuff. Like there's so much good writing there. Then you have the Legends comics. Then you got the novels. Don't throw any of that away, man. Like the
And,
like Darth Plagueis. I don't know if you've listened to the audiobook for Darth Plagueis,
mhm.
but it's essentially how Palpatine came up, but it's about his master.
Yeah,
Have you listened to it or
I haven't listened to it,
read the
but I
book?
know who Darth Plagueis is. Yeah.
Dude, like it's so good. Like don't undo that. Like, and I
And
think that's why people were mad about Acolyte. And it's like aside from the racism, I think people were mad about the Acolyte because like they touched it and they were like, oh no, they're gonna fuck it up.
I
But
never
like
understood racism and act like and as far as I understand
black
stuff, like
woman,
I said, I've never read a lot of the novels, but I get the old Republic. I've seen a lot of the cinematics, and I've never played the game and all that, but I don't think they fucked up anything with the Acolyte. I thought they were doing just a fine job. I thought it was good. Like I don't
hey,
think they
you and
were,
me both,
and I
man.
never understood the racism in the Acolyte. The Star Wars has always been multicultural. They've always included females, right? Like, where was the racism? What racism did people not like? You
Black
know,
woman.
I know when Finn first popped up for the Force Awakens, I remember that shit was like, I remember people talking on Instagram and shit. It's like hell nah, bro.
Niggas is racist, man. Like it's always the bigot a-holes. Like they don't really care. They just being assholes. But like,
And that shit
especially
was
when
a
it's a
big
woman,
point of
man. Like,
contention. When they thought Finn was the Jedi, then what?
like here, the Acolyte had the two things. Remember, the Acolyte had the two things in one that Force Awakens and that trilogy had in separate parts. Force Awakens had a female lead and a black guy. And Acolyte, they put them shits together. Had a black female lead.
I thought she was fine. I thought her being an assassin
because you're normal.
Cool. I thought her like, because she was a Force wielder, right? But she wasn't.
Her fight scenes were dope.
Jedi. Yeah,
she can move, man. Like she was actually kinetic. Like that shit was great.
The choreographer was for that show deserves applause because that was some of the best fighting I've seen on any Star Wars property, bro. Like the fighting was off the hook.
100%.
Yeah, whoever the choreographer was. I mean, that whole fight with the two Jedis and the Sith in the woods, and they were trying to get the girl, and like that whole thing was crazy. So,
Darth Teeth. Yeah, man. Like the idea that we're never gonna see Darth Teeth again.
Cool though. Yeah,
it's crazy, man.
I thought it was
when
cool
he was breaking shit with his fucking guard. That shit was crazy.
Yeah,
fucking bracer.
I still want to know more about him. He's probably one of the more intriguing characters.
Yeah, me too.
Star Wars has brought up and just dropped. Like, I want to know more about him, Darth Teeth. Like, I want to know more about you, bro. Like, where'd you come from? How'd you come to
is
the
he
dark
actually
side?
the student of Vanessa Rowe? Like, Vanessa Rowe is kind of a big deal in the High Republic era.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's like lead level, like main character shit.
Yeah.
Like, this thing is the student of Vanessa Rowe, and he went dark. The fuck is this about? Like, you want to know?
Did you play the Star Wars games? What the hell is this shit called?
Outlaws?
Yeah. Was it Jedi Survivor?
Yeah, I played both of them.
Yeah.
Survivor,
so that whole thing was in the Old Republic.
Yeah, that was dope too. High Republic.
And then
that was in the High Republic, right?
Yeah. So then, like the one Jedi who
Dagan Gera
side, he was a Old Republic Jedi. But yeah, it was cool. It was just cool. I like that whole.
Not to be an asshole, but it's High Republic.
Oh, well, fine, sure. Republic.
Sorry, man.
I know.
It's different eras.
I know. It's specific.
Dude, I was reading. So I'm reading a comic. I just finished the comic about the Old Republic. Like the Jedi were completely different in that shit. Mm-hmm. Like the Jedi Temple was like a school you could go to if you were Force sensitive. But like Jedi were like they just lived. They were like they're kind of like more like cops or like academy cops.
Yeah.
Where like you had families, you had like lineages, some were politicians, like some were, it was so like ingrained, and them motherfuckers was corrupt. Like the Jedi were actually like they complained about the Jedi in Clone Wars. No. These niggas back then was actually corrupt.
And there's actually a legitimate argument to be had on the side of the Sith to say that like the Jedi were wrong in some areas. Like the Jedi weren't just this beacon of light. Now, isn't that way more interesting than just saying like the Jedi were the ones who were good and just good versus evil? Like put some more nuance. Like that's why I like that era of Star Wars, because there's more nuance to who was right, who was wrong. The Jedi were wrong. They had crazy ideals and philosophies. They were corrupt. They were humans. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
I mean,
but they had emotions, and I don't know. Seems just a lot more interesting to me, man.
I don't know, but I really like that idea of the Jedi being like a holy order.
Mm-hmm.
I really like that idea. I like the idea of them being like a holy order of like monks in a way,
and
that like they're just defenders, like to like really establish that. And I like I don't know. I mean, I definitely know what you mean. Like, if they were actually a bad order, like that era would be the way to tell that story if you wanted to give the Sith some humanity. But like Sith are like, I really like them as being evil just because they are selfish.
Right, and that's the whole crux to being evil is self-interest and just selfish and not concerned
Like
about the greater
Palpatine wasn't fucking hurting for nothing. This thing was just an asshole.
good. Mm-hmm.
He didn't need shit.
You're right.
He wasn't like he was literally just Palpatine is literally just like Elon Musk if he was actually smart and if he had actual powers. If he had powers, right? Well, if Palpatine was actually smart and innovative, but he just didn't give a shit and he just wanted to break shit. Like, but he was rich and he was a son of a senator and he that's Dooku. But no, but he was very rich. He was very rich. He was like a son of like a merchant who just got into politics and then found by Plagueis, like, and he just wanted to break shit.
He was just an asshole.
He's just an a-hole. Just a sociopath.
And I never understood as Disney, if you bought a property as valuable as Star Wars, why would you want to diminish the property by saying that certain lore is or is not real and doesn't count anymore? You know what I mean? Like, I never understood that whole point. Like, I get it. You want to start your own. I didn't create this, so I want to do my own thing. But what came before matters because that's what adds value to what you bought now. You know what I mean?
But it depends. Like, the Old Republic doesn't matter.
Without those old, it does. It adds to the richness of the universe that you purchased with physical money.
So does High Republic, right? So does the High Republic.
You stop that shit, all right? Anytime we say I'm talking about Star Wars as a whole.
No,
man,
I'm talking. Me too. Like, I'm talking about like the Old Republic doesn't matter. Like, if they could retcon the High Republic. And it wouldn't matter to the main verse. Huh?
Those novels that you're referring to, those came out a long time ago. That it all matters. The Old Republic, the High Republic, everything. Like, it adds up to the valuation that Disney bought the Star Wars property for back in 2011 or whatever they bought it. The hell they buy Disney Star Wars? I don't know. But without those old novels and that lore, who knows if that property would have been valuable enough for them to purchase? So, like, why would you diminish the value of the property you just paid for by saying, "Oh, this shit don't count no more"? You know, I've never got that shit, man. Like, it's just stupid to me. Like, well, why would you?
But that doesn't diminish the value of the property. That's what I don't understand. Why does it diminish the value?
Because now it doesn't count. Now that these characters that added to
maybe not count is the right word or is the wrong word. Maybe not count is the wrong phrase. But like, think of it as here's a good way to think of it. Think of it as like lore, right? So like think of it as like legends, because that's what they are. These are Star Wars legends. So like, think of it as like the general framework was true. Like Revan. Think about Revan, right?
Yeah.
Revan was a rebellious Sith or a Jedi who rebelled and became a Sith and then found his way back to the light. That's all you kind of need to know about him, right? Like, when they say they retconned it, they don't mean there is no Revan ever. But the main Star Wars universe doesn't mention it, so it doesn't matter. But they're not saying there is no Revan ever. They're saying there may be a Revan, but we're gonna retcon because it may not be the exact story that you think you know.
But that's not good because that's
perfect because that's perfect because it gives them flexibility. It gives them flexibility to use. If they are willing to use that flexibility, it allows them to use it and to change things. And if they ever do go back to mention Revan, it will tie better into the current stuff they're working on, right? It'll tie better. It'll make more sense, I hope, to this current stuff they're working on, because that story is not set in stone. That story is a framework. And you have the legend of what happened. But it turns out, what if his lightsaber wasn't purple? What if it was actually red on both sides the whole time, right? Or some shit like that, right? You just never know. What if his mask wasn't actually a Mandalorian mask? What if his mask was some other culture mask? Right? It doesn't matter.
My rebuttal is the universe is so rich and in depth that you can just make up and pull a story out your ass without having to say that it's not the Revan it's the I mean, you could do anything with Revan. And then, second of all, wouldn't you love to see a Revan movie? Wouldn't that be cool?
I don't think so.
What? You would go watch
kind of
You would go watch it if they were coming out with a Star Wars movie and it was Revan.
Bro, if
Star Wars story.
if this Darth Maul movie was coming on theater, go watch it. Like, of course I'm gonna watch it. That's nothing to do with whether I want to see it. Right?
Is that
it was Star Wars?
Like,
I'm gonna watch
it. That's a
it.
movie that's coming out or a series?
It's a 2-part series, I think, on Disney Plus. So it's not. I wish it was in theater, but it's not.
I do have questions about the Maul thing, and this I wish Frank was here because I want to hear his thoughts. Hopefully he got his HVAC fixed. But what I thought Maul was wrapped up fairly well in the Clone Wars.
Oh, let me switch this up.
I don't understand why we're going back to Maul. You know what I mean? Like I said, and even with the Revan thing, the story is so rich, the lore is so full of life and characters. Why regurgitate Maul? You know, maybe it would have been brother. Remember his brother that got killed by Sidious in Clone Wars? Spoiler alert for Clone Wars.
Savage.
Which was probably one of the best fucking fights in Clone Wars. That fucking when Sidious came down, I was like, no, nobody's fucking with Sidious, bro. Like,
yeah, that shit was crazy.
That shit was
the way he just handled them niggas.
Just handled it easily. Like it was nothing.
Both of them. I was like, that's what y'all was dealing with.
And they were wrecking
like that
shit
really
that
displayed
whole, like, half
Sidious.
of the season. Like they were just wrecking shit. And he just came and handled them like it was nothing.
Yeah, like Obi-Wan was having problems. Like I always thought in my mind, like before that point, I was like, oh man, Kenobi could probably handle Sidious.
Mm-hmm.
After watching that shit, after watching him handle both of them niggas, Maul and Savage, nah, I was like, you know what? It had to be Yoda. It had to be Yoda, dude. That shit changed my entire perspective.
But that's my only question about the Maul series. I mean, obviously, I'm going to watch it. It's a Star Wars property, right? And it looks cool as shit, right?
You got Mirak in there, yeah.
Those lightsabers were always so stupid. The circular ones that spun. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
did they introduce those and were those introduced in Rebels? You know how
they were in Rebels,
down with the lightsaber.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's always so
dumb. Those were in Rebels, I think, the first time.
Like, who the hell would want one of those? Like that has to be way down on everybody's list of lightsabers that you want to own. Is that spinning fucking lightsaber, bro? Like nobody wants that shit.
Yeah, it's not really on my list. Preferable lightsabers either.
Like I'd rather have the double bladed.
I pretty much agree. I'm like, they don't seem reasonable. Like they seem like a bad design. Like this just seems like a problem, man.
The only thing is like
accidentally lose
maybe helicoptering down. It seems like it would be some kind of.
Why would it propel anything? I don't know.
Maybe it just spins fast enough.
I don't know.
It just spins fast enough so it creates some kind of lift, you know? Which is weird because it's light. So
exactly. That's my point. Like it's light. Like it's a lightsaber. It's heat. Like I don't understand why it would propel anything. Like, what do you mean? Propulsion. There's no fan. It's not a fan.
This is why I wish Frank was there so he could explain.
If you put 2 bars, even if it was like. If it was solid, if you put 2 bars on a rotating like fucking cylinder, like it's not gonna propel shit. There's no fucking edge.
You up off the ground.
There's nothing. It's nothing.
Maybe that's the plasma or something. I don't know.
Maybe I'm assuming maybe they're using the force to float. I don't know. Whatever. You're right though. This is silly.
Definitely a whack lightsaber. This is horrible. Yeah. But my only question is that like I want to see this because it's from the Clone Wars creator, so obviously. But like, why Maul? You know, why Maul? Like,
I think Maul's a great villain.
He was a great villain, yeah, definitely iconic.
Like, you remember him fighting Ahsoka at the end of Clone Wars?
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the best fights, and that dialogue between them was like epic. Like, Maul is just a great villain.
And he's definitely one of the more recognizable characters in the Star Wars universe, especially after that movie.
He is one evil looking
that movie. Like he just ever since then with the double bladed lightsaber, like he's been like when you see him, you know that's a Star Wars character. It's Darth Maul.
Yeah. Yep, everybody, man.
Is he up there with Vader? Do you think he has ascended to Vader? Maybe not as far as legend, but as far as icon status within Star Wars.
Iconic? Even still,
within the universe of Star Wars, like, do you think when people see Maul, they have the same kind of, angst as when they see Vader? And when you see Vader, you're just like, all
Do you
right,
mean
that's
in the universe
Vader.
or fans?
Just in
This
general.
is the best. I feel like, all right. So one, I don't
Who's the
think. I
black
think
guy?
people. Huh?
There was a
I
black
think.
character in there.
I don't know. I think when
He gonna
people
die.
see Maul, they're like, oh shit. But I feel like when people see Vader, they're like, we're all gonna die. It's like, I think it's like a different level. Like when people see when in universe, even outside of universe, I think if Vader pops up, like everybody's gonna die. Like you have to run. Like I feel like people are willing to fight Maul, but when Vader shows up, you have to try to run as best
Which
you
is crazy to
can.
me because I think Darth Maul could probably fuck Darth Vader up.
You're a fucking crazy.
Okay, wait. Are we talking
I'm
about from
sorry.
like pure combat ability, or are we talking about Force user? Now
Both.
Vader was strong in the Force, but Maul is more athletic than him. He's more nimble, obviously, apparently, right?
Remember, he also has robot legs too.
True, but
So they both have
he's still
robot
able to kick
legs.
ass. But Vader has limited mobility. You know what I mean? Is what I'm saying. So like, I think Darth Maul would kind of spin circles around Vader unless Vader was stronger in the Force, right? Like, which
No. It's not about speed with Vader. Like you. So it's about like stance in a way. So like think of how uh how do I explain this? Like so Vader or Maul, he moves around a lot. He's a lot trickery. He's a lot flashing stuff. Like he'll like his double-sided lightsaber is a whole thing. That's why he fights the way he does.
yeah.
But like, remember, he couldn't beat Kenobi. At peak, he's not beating Kenobi. And Vader and Kenobi are kind of like.
Technically, he did beat Kenobi. He just got brash and he let Kenobi get the upper hand on him.
No,
He beat
I mean
Kenobi.
later. No, I mean later. I mean, remember he fought Kenobi and it was Savage and the Cope, and it was Savage, Savage, and
yeah.
And
then Kenobi had to escape.
Yeah,
that was on Mandalore, right?
Yeah, on Mandalore, yeah.
But
but they're not like, but Kenobi is holding himself with both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Because Adi Gallia died, so it was just him versus both of them, and they weren't catching this nigga like. So, and Kenobi is not an acrobatic fighter; he's a stanced guy. He's a defensive fighter. Now take that defensive fighting technique and put it on Vader, who's not defensive. This nigga is very aggressive, but he's also not acrobatic. But he knows, like, he's gonna cut through you. So I mean, and this is just my imagination, but I feel like, you know how like when Kenobi beat at the last fight with Kenobi and Maul, where he like just did that routine one move,
mm-hmm.
and that was it, in like 2 seconds. I think that's how a fight would go with Vader versus Maul.
Really?
I really do. I think Vader's he's so technical. Like he's block. My imagination.
I can see stance mattering a lot more with Vader.
Strike. Yeah. Maul blocks, but it doesn't matter. That's how I see it. Maul blocks, but it doesn't really matter. In my imagination, I don't know for sure. That would be a dope fight to see, though.
Now that's purely talking about a lightsaber combat scenario.
Mm-hmm.
What about force using? I think Vader definitely has the edge there. I think he's a stronger force user than Darth Maul. But
100%.
I think Darth Maul has maybe not the same iconic status, but I think if you flash a picture of Darth Maul, I think it will invoke the same thoughts and reactions amongst fans as even Darth Vader. Right? I think they're on the same level there.
Yeah.
Right? Because he's such he's such a memorable looking character. The red and the zigzags and the stripes and spikes around, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's memorable.
Yeah. This nigga looks like a demon. It looks like a goddamn demon. Like there's no like. This is the shit of nightmares.
The only thing I will say about this animation reminds me maybe a little more of like Rebels or the Bad Batch over
Clone Wars.
Clone Wars, yeah. I thought the Clone Wars was like, even though it looks a little dated now compared, I thought it was a better animation style. Because everything on here looks like it looks very rounded. You know, I don't know how to describe the shit, you know. Not an animator, but
I know what you mean. Yeah, I agree. Especially the lightsaber blades.
Yeah.
Like you see how thin the blades are, definitely remind me of Rebels.
Right.
But as far as like facially those, I do think they have a lot of I think you're right. It's actually kind of like Rebelsy. Rebelsy.
Yeah,
that look crazy.
Clone Wars was just a little better.
But I also think they added something else to it because he looks way more textured than he did in Rebels. Yeah.
Yeah, he looks fucking dope. I think like if you flash him, if Star Wars had a poster and they put him on a poster over Darth Vader, I think you'd still get the same
versus this. Versus this,
right. Well, that's
I'm sorry, Darth. I don't think so, bro. I don't think so.
I mean, yeah, Darth is iconic. Like you can't. And then even one thing with Darth is just the voice too. But
true.
If you add the voice, Darth wins hands down. But if you just put face next to face, you know,
like who's more fucking dope. Who's more intimidating
on a shirt or a poster? Like, yeah, I'm going to go see that shit. Right, like, I know exactly who the fuck that is. Yeah, I thought Savage was cool too. I've never understood how he got so goddamn strong. Didn't like the Witches of Dathomir like hype him up or some shit like that? They like
he was like it was a ritual
energy into him or some shit. Yeah,
they magicked him up. He got a magic boost.
Dathomir is untapped in the cinematic universe, man. Like go to Dathomir, like do some of this shit, you know. Like it doesn't have to always be Jedi and Sith. Like there's so
one of the coolest parts about the fucking first Jedi Survivor when you were on Dathomir. And you were like fighting like through Dathomir. Dathomir is crazy, yo.
Yeah, shit was dope.
That's a horrifying place.
But yeah, man, like
force switches. They need to explore more force switches. Or magic. Force magic is dope. That's what they were doing with Acolyte. They were literally exploring force magic.
And I think that's one of the more refreshing things about the Mandalorian as well, is like it wasn't just Jedi and Sith. I know we all get used to Jedi and Sith. Don't get me wrong, that's the coolest part of Star Wars. Like to anybody who wanted to be a Jedi or a Sith, you want that lightsaber, you want their abilities to use the Force in a fight. But there's so many more characters, man. You know, the Mandalorians were cool. Like they're just, you know,
the whole
show us the witches. You know,
the whole warrior culture. Like that's a cool element to add to that. You know.
You could even have a whole series that happened on Coruscant that, you know, maybe you had some Jedi and Sith in the background, but like some kind of underground fighting ring or something just on Coruscant, like a Coruscant kind of series or something.
Coruscant Knights.
Coruscant is always one of the coolest places. You know, I end up comparing that to like any world I go to, any video game is like, is it as cool as Coruscant? I mean, a fucking city planet. You know, just be dope as hell. I keep saying that this is why I miss Frank, because I know Frank would have been very opinionated on this, but yeah, man, I'm excited. Take my money. When does this series come out?
I don't know.
I know it said it at the end of the trailer. I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, me neither. I'm just waiting for it to drop, but I don't know.
Okay, different ship. Yeah, but that was my first initial thought, was like Maul. Why are we going back to Maul?
I want to know, like,
and
I want to know who this guy is.
The way his story wrapped up was almost poetic in a way, because he got what was coming to him.
Who, Maul?
You know, yeah, Maul. Like he apparently died, then he had this big resurgence, had this whole kind of arc where he took over the underground.
So you remember this guy from Ahsoka, right?
Yes, maybe if I saw a clearer picture of him from the front. What did he do in Ahsoka?
That's who she fought in the woods. The guy with the mask.
Okay. Right,
so it was two of them.
That was at the beginning of the series.
Yeah, and you know, I got a whole thing. So when she beat this guy, remember his suit deflated.
Yeah, because it was like empty kind of thing.
Yeah.
Maybe
And
they were
so it
just
was
filling
both
with the force.
him and there was another guy. This guy here, the same thing. Ahsoka beat him too. In Tales of the Jedi, it was like a mini series on. She beat this guy, and when she beat him, his suit also deflated. And so that's twice. And I thought they were the same person, but apparently they're in this together. And I want to know who the fuck these niggas are and what's up with them fucking suits. So I hope like we get some answers. And it looks like they're hunting. Oh, because they were part of the brothers. The what do you call it? First Order.
Mm-hmm.
They're both part of the First Order. But I don't know. So I'm hoping we get some answers on far as what the fuck these guys are and what are they magic? Or is like, damn, that nigga got it raw. Are they magic or are they like, I don't know. Are they Dathomirian witch related to the Dathomirian witches or what?
Definitely some kind of force users. I mean, if they
they're force users. Are they ghosts? Given corporeal form? I don't know. I want to know. I got questions. What's up with them guys?
If there's only one critique I ever had of Clone Wars or even this Darth Maul series, that kind of animation style was the speed of the combat. Because it was a little hard to follow the strikes sometimes because they move so quickly. Yeah. I remember especially when I first started watching Clone Wars, I was like,
April 16th. I used to have to
rewind. Because I remember back in the day, you're watching Clone Wars, that shit used to come on Toonami, it's come on Cartoon Network, and just even watching that shit, I was like, I gotta rewind because I couldn't follow the strikes, because everything was spinning so fast and going so fast, But yeah, don't know why we had to go back to Maul, but take my money. I'm definitely gonna go see it. Damn, did that nigga get cut in half?
Hell yeah. Like he pitched the lightsaber, chopped these niggas up, and then caught it just a block. Yeah,
and plus,
that's just
also,
dope.
We know Maul was cool, but we know he got his ass whooped by Obi-Wan, and Sidious.
And Ahsoka.
So, like, is he that cool?
And Ahsoka, mind you, this nigga lost to Ahsoka. She had this nigga tied up.
We could have did another character. That was my only thing when I first saw it. I was like, another Maul series?
Yeah, I know. Dude, real talk, I'm with you, man. Like, I had the same thing. Like, okay, we're gonna get a whole miniseries. Like, I would prefer another Tales of the Jedi. Like,
right.
Give me some more Mace Windu. Give me some more Dooku.
Yeah,
give me some more young Dooku.
From Tales of the Jedi, Mace Windu. Yeah. Show me a follow-up story for him.
Exactly. Like, give me some more of that. Like,
see, that's where the racism kicks in. They probably wouldn't have sold that shit. Oh shit, we can't sell black head lead Jedi.
Show us how Mace Windu survived, right? Give me that.
And I
give me that story.
Darth Maul right there in that image, he just fucking looks iconic. He looks cool. He's one of the face of Star Wars. Really, Darth Maul is one of the faces of Star Wars, bro.
He is, definitely.
Because I mean, he just looks.
Because his face is like a mask, right?
And there's no other character in any really property that kind of looks like him. He's very unique looking,
Yep.
The same way with Darth Vader. And then Darth Vader, his voice adds to that mythos as well. But
I think Darth Vader is arguably the mascot of Star Wars to this day.
I think so too. But I think
to this day,
Maul is not far behind him.
I don't know. I think after Darth Vader is probably Sidious, and then Yoda. I think Maul's after them
ain't that far back. Yoda definitely. I think probably Yoda
maybe Maul. I mean, maybe Vader, Yoda, Sidious, Maul. I think
I would switch Maul and Sidious for those two, man.
Yeah,
Maul is up there
because Sidious is just the hood, the cackling face.
Sidious, you can get confused with any kind of until he lifts his hood. Well, no, you could tell it's Sidious because he's old as fuck.
Yeah, it's old and gray.
Walked in, you would be able to tell. Yeah, that's Sidious.
It is. That's not.
But you would have to know. You would have to know that Sidious. You know what? When we get off the cast, I'm gonna go back and watch Sidious versus Darth Maul and Savage, man.
I actually watched that shit recently.
Did we ever know when this came out? Did it never said on the end?
April 16th.
Oh shit, we still got some months.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, we'll see. Take my money. Take my money, Disney. But yeah, man. I guess, man, is that about to wrap us up, man?
Hell yeah. I got it. Yep.
Yeah,
sounds
man.
good. I gotta pee.
Hey, look, anybody out there? Did you finish your malted beverages, man? You got to finish them, dog. You can't just be wasting the shit. Yeah,
I just got my purple haze. I ain't drink the other two, man.
the other one that you.
I'll pour them Jones right down the drain, bro.
Hey, that nigga shuddered at that joint. I drank it. I'm like, oh, fuck, shit.
I don't know. I'm gonna try to. I don't know. I'm just throwing them all away. I can't. That shit gonna have me.
Man. Hey, save me one, man. Save me one, man. I'll take one. Try one. You know,
all right.
I told you, I give you
that.
Man.
You sure?
You definitely try different things. I need to open up my palate and just try different shit. You know,
I want to take that shit back, get my money back. You know how nasty this is?
Yeah,
y'all sold me this.
Yeah, look, I drank one, but this shit is disgusting, man.
Yeah, how dare you?
You're right.
The audacity, nasty ass shit.
That's funny, man. Well, yeah, man. Hey, anybody out there watching, including you, Juice, Dr. K. Hey, y'all be safe tomorrow. Don't go out in that snow. I heard on the news on WTOP they're suggesting that you hunker down in place for what they say 3 to 4 days. Well, man, hell no. People, I give it 2 days max, dog. People probably gonna be in the house tomorrow. Maybe the majority of people on Monday. By Tuesday, this shit gonna be back. I mean, they're gonna have the main roads gonna be cleared. You know what I mean? Like, people got to go back to work. You got to go back to life. Kids might not go back to school, but you know, I don't think it's gonna be no 3 or 4 day event. And it's only supposed to precipitate tomorrow. I think by the tomorrow night, the precipitation part cuts off.
I thought it's coming down tonight.
Well, it is. It is. So throughout tonight into tomorrow, and I think tomorrow.
I'm trying to look out the window. I can't tell.
I think tomorrow evening or night it changes over to freezing rain, and then it stops. So they said Monday should be clear, but the problem is going to be the cold. So anything that falls is not going to melt. It's going to still be there. You know. So I think that's going to be the issue, but I think people going to be, man, we're going to be out. We're going to be back to work. So, but yeah, man. Hey,
no, I definitely got to work. Man. I ain't getting no days off of the shit. I got to work from home. Huh?
I said, it's been a good episode as always, man.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know?
Yeah, man.
Definitely missing on Frank, but hey, we're going to get his ideas on what needs to happen.
Catch you on the flip side, Zero. Next time you can join in.
Hell yeah, man. Well, all right, my brother,
we can still talk Star
Wars.
Safe, man. All right, yo. Peace.
Yeah, man.
Everybody.
Peace.
And